Hello, everybody. This is the wall speaking. No, I'm kidding. Hello. Hi. And that is a real wall, by the way. It's not a live shot of the wall, but it is a wall. It's good to see all of you. Happy Super Thursday, Joe Biden. It's a big day. One of the biggest days of the year, probably second to the actual general election. It's good to see everybody. A lot of you have actually been hanging around since 4:30 because I scheduled it and I made it public earlier because everybody complains that they never see the notification, that they don't have any kind of notice. So here it is. Happy Super Thursday, everybody. So big day. First of all, I just want to say thank you for being supportive. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for watching all my analysis, making me the most popular senior political analyst on YouTube. So I really appreciate that. So first of all, I just have to point this out. Everybody talks about, oh, there's a Yang media blackout. Andrew Yang. I just want to show you this. This is the Washington Post. This is all of their projections and their live results. If you look closely, Tulsi Gabbard isn't on here at all. And she actually just won a delegate in American Samoa. So she actually might be on the debate stage on the 15th. So, but they didn't even build Tulsi into this. And that's just, you want to say that Andrew Yang had a media blackout. Well, Tulsi Gabbard definitely had a media blackout. And quite frankly, I think it's garbage. I really do. It's not fair. They gave Deval Patrick on CNN. They gave him a town hall and he was polling at like -0. But they wouldn't give Tulsi Gabbard, who at the time was polling higher than Andrew Yang and Tom Steyer in New Hampshire. So anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way. Tulsi actually won a delegate in American Samoa. That's the big story of the night. I'm kidding. I mean, that is a big story for me because I do like Tulsi, and I know everybody here really likes the underdog Tulsi. So just wanted to point that out. So this is right now. This is Politico. This is their results. They don't have Tulsi in here either, but they have Buttigieg and Klobuchar for some reason. Go figure. I don't know. I'm not complaining about it. Whatever. It's fine. The big story of the night is that Mike Bloomberg is overperforming. I thought he would tank. It seemed like that Warren would actually do not great, but still get maybe third place. If you look at these results, this is big. There needs to be you need to hit 15% in any of these states to get any delegates. That's the rule. Biden is crushing it right now. But these are all southern states. Bernie does not play well in the South, but he does play in the poorer states and states with like large Hispanic communities. He might actually do well in Texas. We'll see what happens. But Biden is doing really well, winning Alabama, winning Virginia, winning North Carolina. No surprise that Sanders has got 50% of the vote in Vermont. Not big news there. But Biden has 22% of the vote, and that's pretty good. He might get he's going to get some delegates out of there. Then if you look at Bloomberg in Alabama, 18%. So he crosses that 15% threshold. North Carolina, 17.8%. Maine, he currently with like 2% reporting. He's at 15%. Oklahoma, 18.5%. Tennessee, 24.3%. So he's getting delegates. And this is enough. If this keeps up throughout the rest of the cycle, he could make this a contested convention, which is kind of like a caucus. You have to hit a certain amount of, you have to have basically 2,000 delegates to win the nomination. And with Biden, Sanders, and Bloomberg all doing really well, they could kind of split the vote. Sanders is going to do better later tonight. He's going to do well in Arkansas, Colorado. He's probably going to win Utah, and he's definitely going to totally crush it in California. Texas is a toss-up. This is why I didn't start this thing until 8:30, because I didn't want to sit here for 5 hours waiting for Texas to come in. Texas polls close at 10. There'll be some exit polling, and we'll have a better idea of who wins, who's going to do well in Texas. I think that Biden and Sanders are going to split the vote. I think it's going to be incredibly close. So this is just an amazing night, because nobody thought that Bloomberg was going to do great. And Warren only has, so far, and these are early projections too, but so far she's in Massachusetts, she came in third place. Not even second place, third place in Massachusetts with 24.2% of the vote. And that's past the 15% threshold, obviously. But so far, in every other state, she has not hit 17. She's not hit 15%. She's been saying that she has a strong ground game, that she wants to stay in it to win it, stay in it until July, and I do not see that happening. She could possibly drop out tonight. That's very possible, which is a shame, because I have a Warren video in my brain that I really want to do. but I mean, I might do it anyway, whatever. But this is big right now. Biden's doing very well. Sanders totally won Vermont, but Biden's doing really well. And I got to say that Bernie bros are not going to be happy about this. I don't believe that the last week has made all that much difference. Oh, Arkansas. Wow. Biden's winning Arkansas, looks like. But it's at 0% coming in. So Warren, 8% in Arkansas. It's not a surprise. Honestly, it's not a surprise. Warren is not a good candidate. Basically stole all of Bernie Sanders' ideas. And wow, this is just such a big story. But again, the big story is that Tulsi Gabbard came in second in American Samoa. And by the way, Bloomberg came in first in American Samoa. So, but Bloomberg is basically stealing votes from well, both Sanders and Biden, really. This is just amazing. So many people, including, I was watching earlier today, Ben Shapiro was saying that Bloomberg was going to underperform. And I thought so too, because these last two debates have been awful. Imagine how well Bloomberg would be doing had he not gone into any of those debates. He just tanked. He was so ill-prepared. Guy's a billionaire, multi-billionaire, the 9th richest man in the world, and had some of the worst exchanges I've ever seen in any debate. It was just like, wow. And he's not charismatic. He's not presidential. He was a good mayor. I have to say, I love the fact that I can walk into a bar and not walk out stinking of cigarette smoke. It's just disgusting. Your clothes smell, your body smells. But he got rid of that. There was a smoking ban in New York, and it was amazing. So, first of all, wow, we have almost 5,000 viewers. This is amazing. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's such a big, fun night. And wow, just I can't believe Bloomberg's doing like Bloomberg. He's at 18% in Alabama. Sanders is at 11. So Bloomberg and Biden are going to split delegates. And North Carolina, 17%. He's in third. He's in third in North Carolina. Despite all of the stop and frisk stuff, I don't hold any of that against him, quite frankly. Did they overdo it? Probably. But overall, I mean, we still do stop, question, and frisk here. And it is not in any way discriminatory against anybody. When you look at the circumstances, when you actually look at the statistics, and I could pull them up, but if you look at the statistics, they basically say, somebody was acting weird, or they were wearing like a big coat in the middle of the summer, so they were probably hiding a weapon or drugs or both. And most of the people didn't actually have a weapon after stop and frisk was implemented, because people were leaving their guns at home. But a lot of people who were frisked, they actually had drugs. And you have people like AOC going, "Oh, they hurt my family." It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have had drugs on you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe not break the law and you'll be fine. So go figure. First, I want to say hello to Ghost Wolf Entertainment, who is a new member. So thank you very much. If you want to join, go to YouTube/Don'tWalkRunProductions/join, and you can join my channel and get a cool badge and get access to exclusive live streams and a whole bunch of cool stuff. You can link your account to Discord, and I will get to all the super chats later. I just want to get through all of this. First of all, who do you think is going to win overall? Is it going to be Biden? Is it going to be Bloomberg? Now, who knows? Or is it going to be Sanders? Who do you think is going to win the nomination in July? Why don't you guys let me know? Tulsi is this year's K6. No, I think that Warren wanted to be, but she is not. She's not going to. She's probably not going to win any delegates today, other than Massachusetts and possibly California. And California, the polls don't close until 11 p.m. I don't think that. I mean, if this thing's still rocking, maybe I'll stick around. But quite frankly, I don't think that California we're going to have any idea who is going to win California tonight. But we'll see. I'm open. I'm open to it. So, and I promise I will get to super chats a little bit later. I don't want to turn everybody off and go, okay, well, Andrew's finishing up. So, hey, by the way, I want to thank somebody here. I want to thank my amazing benefactor who got my Twitter name changed to Don't Walk Run, which it used to have like 3 underscores in it. It was very unwieldy. So if you're not following me on Twitter and you have a Twitter account, please follow me. That way, if the channel ever gets shut down, which could absolutely happen, please follow me on Twitter, or at least go to Twitter and, I'll let you know what's going on. And also, both of my copyright strikes are gone. So congratulations to me. And thank you for all the support during that time. If you get 3 copyright strikes, your channel's done. And it was very scary. And I actually postponed booking a vacation because I thought, well, I'm probably going to need that money if I lose my livelihood. And now I can't go on vacation because, God forbid, I go on a plane and somebody's sick and then I'm quarantined for 3 weeks. So that's not fun either. So anyway, more results are coming in. Bloomberg actually might win Tennessee. Can you believe it? Bloomberg actually might win a contest. He might just not come in second or third. He actually might win a contest. That's amazing. Oh, whoa, hold on. Hang on. This is 3.6% reporting, and Warren is at 31.3% in the lead, ahead of Sanders at 31.2. It's still early. This is why I didn't jump on this earlier, because I would be like the Young Turks, where we go, okay, 1%. It looks like Trump's gonna. Well, who cares? One of my favorite things in the world on the internet is election night 2016 with the Young Turks, and seeing Cenk and Anna and all these people just go from really excited that Trump's going to lose to just devastated. And they didn't like Hillary in the first place, so it didn't even really matter. But just what a fun time. So let me look at who you guys said. Trump, Tulsi, I don't know. Okay, besides Trump, who do you think is going to win the Democratic nomination? But look, I don't know what's going on with Tulsi. I really don't. Apparently she has enough money that she's able to do town halls. And I like Tulsi a lot. She still has some very radical plans. She had a Green New Deal before most people, honestly, before AOC. And she was at Standing Rock, and there's a lot of stuff I don't agree with her, but she's not triggered. She doesn't have TDS like everybody else. She's not hyper partisan, and I like Tulsi, and I hope that I don't know what's happening with this Hillary with this Hillary lawsuit, but I really hope that she wins everything. She's got a couple lawsuits going. I'm not going to talk about them. I hope she wins them all, for real. Poofy is in the chat. Hit P, type P for Poofy. Poofy, thank you so much for coming in. Poofy's early too. Poofy has been incredibly helpful with all of my scripts. Gotta love Poofy. She's she's awesome. Love Poofy. She is incredibly helpful with I'll give her a call on Discord, and we'll talk for an hour, and I can kind of get some ideas rolling, kind of talk through it's easier to talk through some of these ideas and some of the script, and have somebody have a little bit of either critique or just stuff to add. And she's super smart, and thanks again, Poofy. She's great. And thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers and all of the members. If you're a channel member, you get a cool badge, so you might want to check that out. Need this coffee. All right, so more stuff is coming in. Let's look at the Washington Post. I had to actually buy a subscription to the Washington Post. Please don't kill me. But I can write it off on my taxes, so. But I just wanted to throw up. Wow, but that's not true. Biden wins Maine. Is that real? Biden's ahead in Maine, but barely. It's neck and neck with Sanders. That would be kind of embarrassing if Sanders lost Maine. You figure all these New England states are going to do pretty well for Sanders. The fact that oh wow, Biden the result. Wow. Oh, they changed it. Look, Gabbard's not even in. They got rid of Klobuchar, and they got rid of Buttigieg. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess I can expand this a little bit. See again, Tulsi blackout for real. Tulsi Gabbard media blackout. It's a real thing. When they said that Yang had a media blackout, that was all BS, because he was on every freaking show. I don't remember Tulsi Gabbard being on Stephen Colbert. I don't remember that. I don't remember her being on Seth Meyers, and she would have gone on too. I bet if I asked her on my show that she would say yes. Let me know, yes or no. Should I try and pursue an interview with Tulsi Gabbard? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. This coffee's good. Needed it. Okay. Wow. Biden's doing better than I thought. But yes, everybody. Okay, good. All right, right on. I will see what I can do. No promises, but I do like Tulsi. I really want to talk to her about Syria because I have zero problem with her meeting with Assad. I really have no issue with that whatsoever. But that's because I'm not a triggered a triggered person. So, and good news so far, my stream is being monetized. So that's good news for now. But every stream it always changes and then I have to get a manual review. So I don't get it. And thank you again. Thank you all for the amazing support and all the super chats. I will get to them a little bit later. I promise. And we have 5,200 people watching the stream and a new member. I have to say, new member, Max Hinkle. Thank you so much for being a new member. That's great. And I will be announcing my member only live stream soon. Like maybe I usually give at least 24 hours before I do it. So let's refresh this. Let's see what's going on. Buttigieg and Klobuchar are back. Go figure. Okay. So here I wrote down a couple of notes, just some things. So as I said before, Elizabeth Warren's plan, her plan, she has a lot of plans, but her plan was to stay in this through July because she figured that there would be a contested convention. She doesn't want Bernie to win because he's a sexist, and she doesn't want Biden to win. Like, she wants to win. She wants to be the first female president, and that's fine. However, if you look at these numbers, she is not doing great. She might come in second or third or even first. It's still very early. Massachusetts is all over the place. They have not called it. It looks like that's the only state where she's going to get above 15% so far. I also kind of believe that California, she might hit the 15% threshold, but it's not looking great for her. And I would not be surprised if she drops out tonight. But her plan through Super Tuesday was to stay in the race for as long as possible. But she's running out of money. People know that she's not a great candidate, and it's her fault. It's all of her fault. She's awful. When are you being promoted from senior political analyst to lead political analyst? No, I think senior political analyst is like the real. That's the real thing. But thank you, Garrett. I appreciate that. So yeah. So I think I'm not going to predict it 100%, but if Warren doesn't drop out tonight, I'd be surprised if she doesn't drop out in the next couple of days. And Klobuchar would have won Minnesota tonight. She would have totally won. But she dropped out and decided to shill for Biden, and I think that that's kind of a mistake. I believe I said on Twitter that I think that he might have offered her like attorney general or something. I don't know. It's all wheeling and dealing. It's not like it's not bad. It's not illegal. It's not particularly corrupt, but it's definitely something for something. So, and same with Buttigieg, and the same with Beto. Did you see that? That's a way to lose Texas, by the way. To promise that Beto is going to be in your cabinet. That's the way to lose Texas to Trump. That's cannot believe. And people think that Beto sold out because Beto is a very, very progressive candidate. Everybody kind of assumed he would go for Sanders, but maybe all these candidates think that, they really need to go for the establishment candidate, and that they believe that if Bernie becomes the nominee, that he won't win. And this is an issue with Bernie voters. And it was back in 2016. And let me tell you a story. When on election night, I went to Times Square here in New York City, and there were thousands and thousands of people watching the big screens in Times Square, watching the results come in. And if you guys remember, the results came in very late. It wasn't until like 1 a.m. until Trump actually came out and said, sorry to keep you waiting, folks. Complicated business. Which is great. That was such a great moment. But I had met a dozen people who were all Bernie supporters, and they all voted for Trump. Every single one of them. A dozen people. All Bernie bros. And the reason they did it, because they were never Hillary's. They thought that Sanders got screwed out of the nomination, which is not quite true. It is look, he's an independent. He's not a Democrat. And this is a point of contention with the Democratic Party. He's an independent. He should run as an independent. But instead, he's riding on the coattails of the Democratic Party. He expects all of their support, even though he doesn't pay any dues. He doesn't do anything for them. But he wants to be a Democrat when it's convenient. So whatever. But the DNC lets him do it. That's fine. But all of these people that I spoke to, they were so excited that Trump won over Hillary. And one of them I kept in touch with, this guy Cecil. And I asked him, I said, are you gonna vote for Bernie again? Or are you gonna stay with Trump? And he's like, no, Bernie all the way. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So I said, what if somebody else gets the nomination, like say Kamala Harris? And he's like, oh, I hate effing cops. And when I did my man on the street, I actually spoke to a couple people who said the same thing, that they did not like Kamala Harris. And this is what I'm getting into now. So a lot of these Bernie bros they're totally not going to come out and vote for vote for anybody but Bernie. Second, it's all make or break. This is all make or break. The vice presidential pick is very, very important. And I believe that no matter who it is, whether it's Biden, Sanders, Bloomberg, doesn't matter. Even Warren, doesn't matter. They will pick a woman vice president, female vice president. Hands down. There was talk about Andrew Yang getting a VP pick. No. Absolutely 100% no. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. The Democratic Party is demanding a woman, which is, I have no problem with that as long as they're qualified. I don't think anybody running right now is really qualified for president. I mean, look at Joe Biden. Oh my goodness. He is just not in a great place. And Sanders is just way too radical. And Bloomberg has zero charisma. He is not presidential. He's a smart guy. Absolutely. But he is not a presidential person. And Warren is she's basically Sanders 2.0, but, definitely not as charismatic. So this is a big deal. If Biden wins the nomination, a lot of Bernie Sanders people are going to stay home. If Bloomberg wins the nomination, somehow they're going to say, oh, he bought the nomination. If Sanders wins, Florida is gone. Texas, gone. It's like Trump automatically wins. And then if they pick somebody terrible, like say Stacey Abrams or Nina Turner from Ohio, she's a politician from Ohio, or if he picks like Michael Moore, no, he's not a woman, but who do you think? Oh, and somebody saying the musical is saying I heard it might be Michelle Obama. No, Michelle Obama does not want to lose to Trump. They are keeping that legacy under wraps right now. If Michelle Obama wants to run for president, I mean, that's a big if. Who knows? But she's not going to run against Trump. She does not want to lose against Trump. Can you imagine? I mean, that legacy would just the Obamas don't want that. They don't want that over their head. Michelle Obama's staying out of this. And if there was talk that Obama was that he liked Warren over everybody else, that he liked Warren over Biden, over Sanders. I don't know anything about his opinion on Bloomberg, but he didn't come out and endorse anybody, and that's fine. It's still early. He just didn't want to put his thumb on the scale and screw it up. But if he came out for Biden ahead of time, this race would be over. If he did it now, then it would look like it was desperation. So he's just going to stay out of it. Do not think Obama's going to say anything until the Democratic convention, and he might make an appearance too for whoever he's going to. It might be a contested convention, and if it is, there's going to be a lot more videos on this channel about how fractured the Democratic Party is. It's amazing. So, and Hillary could also come back in it. Oh, and also for the vice presidential stuff, Biden has basically alluded to the fact that he's an older gentleman, that it's very important who his vice presidential pick is, because let's face it, whoever is chosen for vice president with any of these people, because all these people are in their 70s, any of these people could have health problems, and then you would have whoever their vice presidential pick as the president. Imagine President Stacey Abrams. If that doesn't scare you, and if Stacey Abrams is picked, it's done. It's done. Trump automatically wins. But the Democrats don't see it that way. They don't see how ridiculous they are. So, let them choose whoever they want. That's fine. I don't know. Let's see if my video is still monetized. I'm just kind of curious, because that would be, is it still monetized? Yes. Okay. Wow. All right. Let's get back to some of these results. I don't know why they have Buttigieg up here. Buttigieg and Klobuchar getting like 3%, 7% in Buttigieg did well in Arkansas so far. That's weird. Here, let me put this coffee down. All right, let's look at some more results here. While we were talking, Texas polls have closed, and it looks like Sanders so far, and this is early. This is 20%. I said it was going to be close. So far, it's pretty close. Bloomberg in third place in Texas. Warren in fourth place. Warren is in fourth place in so many contests here. Wow, if she doesn't drop out tonight, it would be a surprise. But she has a big ego, maybe even bigger than Mike Bloomberg. I love how she just attacked Bloomberg so hard, and she's coming in fourth in all of these contests. Wow. So let's do some recap here. Alabama has been called. Alabama, Virginia, North Carolina, and Vermont. Vermont's no surprise. It goes to Sanders. North Carolina, not a huge surprise, but Sanders actually did a little bit better than I think he was expected. But Biden at 31% of the vote. Virginia, 53% of the vote. That's a blowout. That is a huge blowout for Virginia. And Alabama, 65% of the vote. That's huge. That is a major blowout. Just think of what this is going to look like when the Florida primary hits, when it comes to Biden and maybe Bloomberg. If Bloomberg can, he's has a good night, and this is enough to convince more people that he's a viable candidate, because he's hitting 15% in many of these contests. In just in the ones called, it's just North Carolina, but Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Texas, all it looks like he's going to hit 15%, and that's enough. This is what he wanted. And this is he has more of a path than Warren. I'll tell you that. This is crazy. Thank you again for all of the super chats. I'll do one real quick. Lloyd Fredrickson says, question, is Super Tuesday only for Democrats? No, it is not. But Trump is running pretty much uncontested. People are coming out to vote. And I think the only person right now that's running against him is Bill Weld. And in South Carolina, he got 1% of the vote. It's basically like 3 people voted for Bill Weld. So Trump is essentially uncontested in all of these contests. And I mean, he easily gets the nomination. He was not primaried by anybody like Joe Walsh, not from the Eagles, the other Joe Walsh, and Bill Weld. And there was somebody else, I can't remember, but it was somebody who was not viable. None of these guys are viable. Trump is just, he's first of all, he's younger. I think he's younger than Bloomberg, Sanders, and Biden. It is crazy. And he has more energy, and he just sucks the air out of the room. Whoever it is, whether it's Biden, Sanders, or Bloomberg, they are going to lose in these debates. And the one thing that Trump didn't have, the one advantage that he didn't have back in 2016 was 4 years of White House experience. This is, great economy, and he's handled things well. Like even this whole, I can't say it because, this stuff in the air that makes you sick, the sickness is going on. That is, I think they're pretty much handling it fine so far. It's really hard to, 100 cases, who cares? I mean, out of a country of 360 million people, relatively speaking, we're fine. More people die of the flu. So, do you think AOC will be nervous in June? That's a video for another time, but AOC definitely has a whole bunch of people that are primarying her. Most of them have no shot, but there's 1 or 2 people that are doing one. They're both Democrats, actually. The Republicans, they have some support behind them, but I don't, it's gonna be really, it's a very red area. It's a very blue area. I don't see them. I don't see a Republican making too much headway in District 14. So, and I definitely meant everything that I talked about in my last AOC video, where they could just completely get rid of her district to get rid of her, because the Democratic establishment do not like AOC. That's just how it is. And they have to get rid of, they're probably going to have to get rid of 2 districts. And so they're just going to gerrymander everything and just kind of wipe it out. And then, now she could run in another district and win, but AOC she's not going anywhere, which is fine with me because my channel needs her. Yeah. Oh man. So, all right, let's look at let's refresh here. Let's see if any results are here. Any more results? Follow our live analysis. No, thank you, Politico. But Alabama, Virginia, Oklahoma now. Oklahoma, that's a new one. Biden is going to win Oklahoma. And Bloomberg is so far at 15%. He's above the 15% threshold. He's doing a lot better than most people thought. And that's... Sanders is projected to win Colorado. That is not a surprise. Colorado was always going to go to Sanders. It's a very Hispanic area, apparently. And the Hispanic community really loves Sanders. And as long as they're not in Florida. That's a whole other story. And my Facebook feed was just going crazy today with most of my Facebook friends. They're like artists and musicians, and they were all for Sanders. They're like, go out and vote for Sanders. You have to vote make sure you're, blah, 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 blah. If there's early voting, vote for Sanders. I'm like, okay, yeah, do what you want, man. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. So, but Sanders is very popular, and it's gonna be really interesting in July with the convention, and I will definitely be covering that. And I was actually thinking of flying out to the convention, but see what happens. See if I can afford it. See if my channel gets more strikes again. And I promise I will get to super chats a little bit later. I don't want to just make everybody lose here, but wow, almost 6,000 viewers. This is so fun. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight, making my Super Thursday very very interesting. Appreciate it. My Super Thursday. I love Joe Biden. He's like he's miss. Oh man, all right, who do you want to see Trump debate more? Forget about the nomination. Who do you want to see Trump debate more? Warren, Biden, Bloomberg, or Sanders? Tell me in the chat right now. Tell me right now. Who do you think is going? Who do you want to see Trump debate? Let's see. A lot of Bidens, a couple Hillarys, Bloomberg, Sanders. Wow. Warren. I just want, I want there to be a battle royale. And he just goes up against all of them. Can you imagine? He's just like, okay, let's do this. Oh, that'd be funny. Trump versus Sanders. Wow. Yeah, I do believe that it's probably going to be Biden. Unless Sanders and no, I just want you guys to remember that Twitter is not real life. It's not. Otherwise, Andrew Yang would be the president, Andrew Yang supporters were very, very loud. They have the loudest voices. And the same thing with Sanders. Sanders supporters, very energetic, very passionate, and they just completely take over Twitter. And that's fine. You're allowed to be a very enthusiastic supporter, not putting down Bernie supporters by any means. But Twitter is not real life. And just because you're loud does not mean that you make up the majority of the electorate. And that's the truth. And this is why Bernie lost in 2016. And this is why he might not get the delegates that he needs in 2020. And Bernie people are going to be incredibly angry, and they're going to blame everybody. They're going to blame voter suppression. They're going to blame the billionaires. They're going to blame the DNC. They're going to blame the media. They're going to blame Chris Matthews. They're going to blame everybody. And all this stuff doesn't matter. If you just get the voters out, just have the right message. But people know who Sanders is, and they either really, really like him, or they think that he would be the most ineffective president ever, which is absolutely true. Because you have even if Warren won too, it would be my way or the highway politics. And if Bernie wins the nomination and became the president of the United States, my goodness. But if he did, you'd have a Republican Senate, and a Republican would take back the House, and they would basically just steamroll over Bernie. They would just steamroll over him. They would vote on anything they wanted. Send it to Bernie, he'd veto it, and then they'd vote on it again, and it would be like we didn't even have a president, Bernie Sanders, in the House. He would do all these executive orders, and they would all be they would all be challenged in the Supreme Court because they would all probably be unconstitutional. That's it. So, I mean, you can vote for Sanders. That's fine. Just it would be the most ineffective presidency in modern history. And good news, still monetized. This is the first time. This would be the first time if I get through this that I'm unmonetized. Whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna stop right now. So anyway, Bernie Sanders, John McAfee. What? Okay, it's funny. Wow, Minnesota. People still actually voted for Klobuchar. It's interesting. Warren still not hitting the 50% threshold, 15% threshold, but neither did Bloomberg. It looks like everybody knew that Klobuchar's votes would probably go to Biden because that's one of the big reasons why she promoted him earlier yesterday and endorsed him. And Sanders, it does not look like that Klobuchar's votes went to Sanders. It looks like it was about the same. That it doesn't look like it affected him. But these are early. This is like 0.1%, and it's not called yet. Yeah, Colorado, it definitely was always going to go to Sanders. Maine is kind of a surprise. If Maine holds up and Biden wins Maine, it shows. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird that Joe Biden, like just 2 weeks ago, was written off as kind of like it was over, it was done for him, and then he wins South Carolina, and that just like this, just like not just one South Carolina, but just blew it out. Politics is it's not black and white. Otherwise Bernie Sanders would be the president now. This is just, I can't believe that Bloomberg is doing so well. Bloomberg has 30%. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at this. Oh, okay. This is from exit polling, but so far, Bloomberg has 30.6%. So Bloomberg came in second place in Colorado. That's big. That's something. If that holds, and again, it's still early, but if that holds and he beats Biden, he actually comes in. Bloomberg isn't a joke right now. Bloomberg is a threat. He's not the biggest threat, but he did not underperform like just about everybody said. And he's a viable candidate right now. He's very viable. If all these Arkansas 20%, Colorado 30%, North Carolina 16%, Oklahoma, it looks like he might just get above the threshold. But Warren is done. She's done. Let me look at Drudge real quick. See if Warren dropped out yet. Bloomberg spends $500 million, wins American Samoa. So he did win. Somebody said Bloomberg will run out of money. No way. Bloomberg is a Republican. Bloomberg is a Chinese puppet. No, none of that's true. Wow, this is crazy. Yeah, let me just show you the front page of Drudge real quick. They're calling Texas for Bernie? Really? I'm not seeing that. According to Politico, Buttigieg won it. Sanders, 28.8% of the vote. Biden, 22.3%. Wow. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I wonder if let me just show you this to you. Warren, again, not hitting the 15% threshold. So in Texas, she's not a viable candidate here at all. She's done. If she doesn't drop it tonight, I'll be incredibly surprised. So that's that. I'm definitely going to be doing this on AOC's primary night. There's other races too, and I'm not going to stay late for them, but there's Cenk Uygur. He's running for a House seat. He's running for Katie Hill's House seat, and he actually he won't win it, but I think he has to be in the top 2 to get to the next election. Like California's House rules are kind of weird, so their election rules are kind of weird. So it's a 2-tier primary. Is that what it's called? I think. But he's set to probably come in second place. Might even be a distant second place too, unless Christy Smith, his opponent, gets 50% of the vote. She gets 50% of the vote, and everybody gets less. Then she just goes to the next election. So, yeah, chunky yogurt. Again, one of my favorite things in the world is that video from election night 2016. Just the best thing ever. It really is. Just their meltdown over the election was just fantastic. It's fantastic. So, Chunk denied the American. Yeah, look, I don't feel like they need to change their name. Who cares? I think it's just a point of contention. I think it's just like a thing to attack them. And, look, they can have that, and then you can have the Redskins. You can have, all these football names that are supposedly, not politically correct. So that's how I feel about it. Whatever, it's fine. TYT, the young, yeah, fine. You can take the TYT letters and make your own acronyms. And there will definitely be a meltdown again this year. Oh my goodness. There's going to be a meltdown before the convention if Sanders does not get the nomination. That's a real thing. With these videos, the undercover videos, forget it. These guys, they are looking to start trouble, and that's a shame. So we'll see what happens at the convention, but let me know if you think that I should go to the Democratic convention in July. Let me know in the chat. I guess yes or no. I don't know. Super chat. I will get to super chats in just a little bit, but wow, just still 5,700 viewers. So thank you for that. Thank you for hanging around. I hope this is a little interesting. These things keep coming in. If Bernie wins Texas, I mean, not a surprise. Yeah, Politico's right now. If I can afford it, I would have to do it soon, just so I'd be able to get I fear for your safety. Yeah, that's another thing too. But I really want to go on vacation, and while I'm there, wherever I go, I want to do another man on the street. So if you guys like the man in the street videos, let me know, yes or no. Did you like my man in the street stuff? I know it's a little different than my very deep, very witty, and spot on analysis. And I'm not argumentative with anybody on the street, which I think differentiates me from other people. So a lot of yeses, some no's. I get it. But they're also easy to do. Like the Trump versus recession one, it was just such a great question. So yeah, all right. I mean, I'll do one soon. And I've never had a problem. Like I've had people recognize me on the street, whether it's a man in the street thing or just hanging out. I've gotten a lot of people recognizing me and being very nice, being the nicest people. So I have not yet had a confrontation or anything, and I hope I don't. even though I am in New York, so I kind of expect that it will happen eventually, but I'm kind of ready for it. I'll be fine. I have 24-hour security. It's no, I don't. Okay. Wow, look at all these states that Biden is doing really well in, and then let's look at where Bloomberg is right now. He's so close to hitting 15% in Oklahoma. I would actually be a little disappointed if he doesn't. But North Carolina, he's at 16%. Colorado, he's in second place. Second place. Just a few points above Biden. That's surprising. Tennessee, third place. Arkansas, third place. That's Texas. He's in third place, all above 15%. That's amazing. That's amazing. He did better than for being in the race like 11 weeks. Not terrible. He could have done a little bit better spending $500 million, but what do I know? What do I know about money? I have a political YouTube channel. I don't know anything about money. So how about that? Oh, what site am I like? Okay, so this is Politico. I'm gonna put it in the thing here. So this is Politico, but I'm also looking at the Washington Post, which their live results they're not everybody's live results refresh, and I think the Politico one's just easier to read when you're watching it on YouTube, so that's why I've kind of had that one up. But we're tracking Senate, House, and governor's races too. Let's see what's happening here. See if we Jeff Sessions. So Jeff Sessions, the former senator who decided that he would be Trump's attorney general, is just slightly behind, I guess, this other guy, Tommy Tuberville, who I've never heard of. It's only 4% of the precincts. I do have a feeling that Jeff Sessions will win, and then he'll go up against Doug Jones, who won the special election when Jeff Sessions dropped out. So Jeff Sessions is back, and we'll see what happens with that race. But it's still very early. See what's going on there. But if he wins the Republican nomination, then he'll probably beat Doug Jones, because I do believe that Sessions was pretty popular in Alabama, and we'll see what happens there. It's gonna be interesting. Haywood Jablomi, noticed me senpai. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, and I will get to super chat soon. I wish that California was not on the West Coast. So I probably will not be getting to California stuff tonight, unless I end up staying a little bit after 11, but I'll probably wrap this up in about an hour. So just waiting for all these to be called. Minnesota will be called soon-ish. Tennessee with the tornado. I even have a friend that has a business in Tennessee whose store just got destroyed by the tornado. My friend was not hurt, and I'm very, very grateful for that. But their store is just destroyed. And I could actually see the store from some of the footage from the tornado footage, or the aftermath on the news. And I was just like, oh man, a poor shop. So they will rebuild, and they will be back stronger than ever, hopefully, but just really sucks. So I'm really hoping that the toll does not go up higher in Tennessee. I have a lot of friends that live in Tennessee, actually, a lot of friends and like a lot of musicians down there, and I hope everybody's okay, but it's just not great. But with Tennessee, they kept the polls open a little bit, like at least an hour longer, just because of all of this stuff. So but really, just scary. 160-mile-an-hour tornado just ripping through Nashville of all places. So, my fingers crossed for all of my friends down there. I hope that everybody kind of rebounds from this, and Tennessee's pretty awesome place, and so I'm sure everybody will bounce back eventually. So if you're in Tennessee, if you're in Nashville and you were affected, like my heart goes out to you. It's not the easiest time down there. Oh my goodness, just really feel bad for everybody that's going through something down there. I mean, a tornado. That's one advantage of living in New York City. Not a lot of tornadoes here. We did have an earthquake a few years ago, which was just weird, just really weird. I remember I was just like, what is that shaking? And I thought it was the train. But no, it was an actual small earthquake, which was felt like all down the East Coast. It was really weird. So, anyways, Tennessee has been called while I was talking about that. And it looks like Biden is called for Biden, and Bloomberg is above the 15% threshold, and he's above the 15% threshold in North Carolina so far. So this was his plan. I think he wanted to do a little bit better, but he's definitely taking some delegates. He's doing it. I don't know if it was worth $500 million, but he's making something happen. And based on this, people will see him as a more viable candidate. And if he has a much better debate, which I don't actually see him doing well in any other debates, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, yeah. And Warren is still just in the tank. Whoa. Well, okay. 16.7% in Colorado, stealing some of Bernie Sanders' vote away from him. Minnesota, 17.9%. Okay. What is that? Is all that real? Okay. Wow. All right. Look at that. So Warren is in play now. Dang these early things. Look at this. So Massachusetts, she came in third place, 20.2%. Then Maine, 15.2%. Again, this is all early. This could all change, but doing better than she was an hour ago. Minnesota, 17.9%. Colorado, 16.7%. So she's not totally tanking now, but she was. And this could all change. But if there's still a chance that she could call it quits tonight. Say that she doesn't have a path. But she's coming in third and fourth in some of these, and she might just continue on, go to the next debate, attack Bloomberg, and try and steal all of his votes. She should have gone after Bernie more. I don't know why they had this truce. It was dumb. It really was. Massachusetts, she's in third place. Maine, she's in third place. And Minnesota, third place. Again, 15% threshold. That's what you need. That's the DNC rule. So, will Warren win a single state? I do not see that. I don't see it happening. Not from what I'm seeing here. California is a big question, though. It's possible that she could come in third in California. I don't think that Bloomberg is actually going to do well in California. But who knows? Who knows? People are writing him off. But look at this. Texas, currently at 6.2% of the precincts reporting. He's at 19%. He's doing a lot better than people thought. This is going to be the big story. tomorrow. Not second to Biden winning, Biden doing really well, is that Warren kind of tanked and that Bloomberg totally didn't tank. That's amazing though. And I know the Drudge called Texas, but you know, it's still early. I do think that Texas is going to be split between Sanders and Biden. If Biden doesn't win Texas, or come in very close, if he doesn't really split delegates with Texas, I can tell you that Beto did not help him. Beto did not help his case. And for sure, there is no way that Biden wins Texas against Trump. That's not a thing. That's not a real thing. It's not a thing that exists. Okay. So who's winning Texas? Says son of the Allfather. It's only 5% of the precincts are reporting. And it says that Sanders is winning, but again, it's still early. So while I wait for some of this stuff to refresh, let me just read some super chats because I am very, very grateful for all of your support, and I want to read some of this stuff. So let's see here. Alexander Kona says, will Warren win a single state? Oh, again, I do not think so. At least not tonight. She's still in play, and she could still... I don't think she's going to win any state, really, in this cycle, but things could change. She could have an amazing debate and just kill everybody. K92584 says nothing, but thank you very much for the support. Martin Morris says, will AOC support Biden if he is the Dems' choice? She will, but she will not be happy about it. She might not even come out publicly and say it, but I mean, she has to, really. Canoodle says, hi from Germany. Love your channel. Thank you very much. Michael at ATW86. Glad to see your channel is amplifying. Keep up the good work. No worries about money knowledge. The Fed is debasing American currency to the point they'll be near worthless in a decade or so. So anyways, well, you know, it's buy gold, I guess. I don't know. Lee Crow says, Tubville will smoke Sessions. He's a former coach for Auburn. Oh, interesting. Football is king in Alabama. Yes, it is. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So, I will check on that later, but thank you for that information. I've really not been following that race. So, hey, would you blow me? Notice me, senpai. I did already. Thank you very much. Amber H on a boat. Looks like you're on a boat. Says, do you think Biden versus Trump will end up being similar to Hillary versus Trump? As long as the economy stays great, Trump's winning this. It doesn't matter who and he's going to have a killer debate. He's going to just do so well against Biden or Sanders or even Bloomberg or Warren. Andy Mizelka, dude, why don't you do a Kickstarter for the DNC? CC says Andrew equals Elad on Man on the Street. Barely Informed with Elad is great, by the way. If you want some really good Man on the Street stuff, he has really these interesting conversations. Garrett Emmerich says, last donation to Trump's tax cuts are super chats, Patreon, or buying merch most productive to supporting your channel? It's a good question. Patreon's great. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon that is, you get to see videos early too. And so, yeah, so I have a great Patreon channel. You get to see videos early. You get a special thing on Discord. And, that's probably the best way to support me. Also, I mean, you know, get something out of it, man. Buy a shirt, buy a cool t-shirt. So, but thank you again for all the support, everybody. I have a Teespring shirt, a Teespring, merch store, and it should be below this video. Cody J says, Man in the Street is great. Thank you very much, Cody. Shin Jeremy 333 says 333 million people. And these are the best they can find. That's a good point. These are the best Democrats that they could find to run against Trump. Like, these are your best people. It could have been Oprah. It could have been Michelle Obama. It could have been The Rock. It could have been any of these people. But no, people do not want to run against Trump because they think they're going to lose. And, Bernie and Biden and Bloomberg, they kind of have a shelf life. You know what I mean? It's not like they can really run in 2024 or 2028. So, but yeah, I absolutely agree. Jesus Moore says, Super Chat says go. Thank you very much. Joshua K says, Andrew for President 2024. Absolutely not. Awful suggestion. New England Kiwi says, I love the humor in your videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate New Zealand for, it's a beautiful, beautiful country. Just, I've had many screen backgrounds, computer monitor backgrounds of some really nice New Zealand backgrounds. And one day I will go. It's on my bucket list. Oh man, I do not know how to pronounce this. I'm sorry. Thank you for your quality videos. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to try. But thank you very much. Taylor Ramirez, do you think any of them will run third party? Gabbard says she will not run third party. I think Sanders probably should have run third party. But, yeah, I don't think any of them are going to run third party. Not even Yang. That was some speculation. Guardian, any voter turnout numbers? Not yet. Probably not going to get those until tomorrow. Because no, I don't think anything held anything back other than the tornado. So, Chrissy says he's on Politico. Read a comment. Okay. RSX11 says Warren loses my sexism and my native suppression. El Boyo says Farmer Mike sucks. By the way, your videos are amazing. Thank you very much. Abdice says Trump versus Biden for the best memes. Yeah, I kind of like Biden, his resurgence. I like that because he always says something a little off. And it's only fair because whenever Trump tweets something and has a word spelled incorrectly, everybody goes for the jugular. And I do think that it's only fair to go after Biden in the same way. So, JLP Moose says anything but Bloomberg would be embarrassing. Joshua K. Vermin Supreme. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Garrett Emmerich says Conrad Sanders. Trump versus Sanders 2020. Thank you, Nicholas Davidson. All the colors. I'm going to write you in on a ballot for 2020. Oh, my goodness. I've definitely written in people. I usually write in Judah Friedlander whenever I do a write-in for whoever in any ballot. Stephen says Bernie winning Colorado with 0.0%. That's from exit polls. The way exit polls work are you have people, usually private companies, who stand outside and take a sampling of people coming out of the polling places. And they've been doing this for years, and that's how they can kind of understand. They can get it close. They're not going to get it exactly right, obviously, because it's a sampling, but they've been doing this enough to know if people are going to win or not. And that was an argument the other day when at 0.0% Biden won South Carolina, and Cynthia Nixon from The Nanny from Baby's Day Out, she was complaining about it because she's backing Sanders. So Andy again says, dude, do you think AOC will be nervous in June? Oh, I read that already. And no, I do not think she will be. I think that AOC is going to be fine. Emperor is Dead says, hello from the UK. How is this Super Tuesday going? Who's likely to win at this rate? I think overall, because of California, and if Bernie wins Texas, gets the most delegates in Texas, that he will come out ahead. And I made a prediction on Twitter, and I'm probably a little off at this point, but I predicted that Bernie would probably be ahead by 150 delegates. So let's see how we'll see by tomorrow how close I am. But that was my prediction. I'm still sticking to it. Might be off by 10% or maybe 15%, not 10%, like either 10 or 15 delegates because of Klobuchar leaving Minnesota. Because she could have won a lot. She could have won most. She would have won most of the delegates in Minnesota because she's very popular there. And I like Klobuchar to a degree. I know Poofy loves Klobuchar. No, I'm kidding. But we were actually, Poofy and I were talking about Klobuchar, how she seems reasonable, but she really isn't. It's all a facade. Let's see. Another Vermin Supreme 2020. Thank you, Gyrenica 135. Probably said it wrong. Stephen LaBelle says, Democrats will win because feelings. It's true. Lloyd Fredrickson says, question, is Super Tuesday only for Democrats? Oh, I think I caught that earlier. No, it's not. There is also the Republicans are going on, but it's pretty much uncontested. Chris Benoit says, Tulsi's delegate means debate. It's possible. The debate rules have not come out for the new debate. I think they're, because of Super Tuesday, they don't need to worry about polling anymore. They can just kind of tell who has support or not. And a lot of people drop out anyway. But with this one delegate, unless the DNC denies her, which they should not. But if I would really like to see her on the debate stage and kind of school some people, but we'll see. Garrett Emmerich says plus 300 odds of Hillary Clinton for DNC nomination. Because of the contested convention, which is fairly likely to happen, there's rumors, but who knows? It's still very, very early. We'll see what happens. Next debate is March 15th, and I believe it's in Arizona, and it's another CNN crap fest. So, Dominique Guerrero, are we even sure Beto is a real person or a figure of our imagination? Andrew says DNC can nominate D's nuts. Donald Benjamin, do you think Biden gets a nomination? It will stop the investigation into his son. No, I don't. I don't think so. I think the Republicans are going to try and push that. Veritas says, I'll probably be asleep when you read this, just saying, what up? Enjoy beer on me. Thanks, Andrew. And thank you, Veritas. Thank you all for the super chats. I really appreciate you guys. And Angry Toxic Fan says, I'm sending you $5 to tell the other guy a dementia afflicted old man can't beat our Twitter addicted old man. Manuel MV, thank you so much for the pound. Builder Marsh says, I'm worried if Bernie doesn't get nomination that Biden will beat Trump. Not sure. Remember, it has a lot to do with who Biden picks as his VP. It depends how he could say some crazy stuff between now and July. Who knows? It's all up in the air. There are a lot of factors. Garrett Emmerich, again, when are you going to be, okay, when are you being promoted from Senior Political Analyst? Yeah, I'm Senior Political Analyst for life here. Ryder Redo, Trump 2020, we know that you have a thing for Tulsi. Who doesn't? Come on. She's an underdog too, and I appreciate that. One day I'll wear my Tulsi shirt. I just don't want people to think that I'm giving her an endorsement. Dutchanese says, Creepy Joe, Uncle Joe, Pocahontas, Lil Mike, and a socialist. What a lineup. Exactly. Stephen Lightspeed says, if we can't get Trump, I would take Tulsi mainly because she's a little hot after 2 beers. She's hot sober too. She's smart. I like her a lot. M. Lance, someone in their 70s will win the Democratic nomination. That's very true. That's everybody except for Tulsi. James Hobbs says Jeb. Avister Bone says Warren is dropping out tomorrow, choked tonight. Well, we'll see. It's all different. Poofy, 5K viewers. Thanks everyone for tuning in to Super Thursday. Thank you, Poofy. Joe Ponta says, Bernie has big support here in Wisconsin. I hope he loses to Biden in the end because I know that many people would refuse to vote for Biden no matter what. A lot of Bernie people will not go out to vote for Biden. It's just, they're going to be super salty if he does not get the nomination. Magna Carta, Sic Semper Tyrannis. Thank you very much. Pig62 just gave me a buck. Thank you very much for that. Nim Zephyr says, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Said it twice. You can't do the time, don't do the crime. Exactly. Oh, I think I was talking about stop and frisk earlier, so thanks for that. Why run when you can crawl? Thank you, Emmanuel G. Stephen Kenzik says, if Bloomberg outdid Yang and actually slapped 10 100s in a voter's hand, he'd even get more votes. Daniel Hendricks, will you marry me? Probably not, no, but thank you, Daniel. Andrew DeBois says, Wang Gang Bang, thank you very much for that. What chance does Bloomberg have? I like Mike. Well, let's see here. Let me... wow, so many super chats. Oh, I'll get the rest of these, and then I'm gonna look at some. I know I just got a lot of super chats recently, so I'll take a break from those. I will go into some more analysis of these incredible results coming in, and then I'll get back to super chats. So let me read the last of these. Jack James, thank you very much. Jason says Mini Mike is the devil. I don't know about that, but he's definitely a spoiler. He's making it harder. Steven says, I admit you were right about Yang. I don't think he even got a single delegate. He did not. Won't it be weird if Milwaukee, it's great that Tulsi has a delegate and Yang doesn't. I love it. Won't it be weird when Milwaukee stocks up on emergency supplies, not because of the thing, but because of the Bernie Bros? Hamikaze and Something Sock and Bird of Prey. Thank you again. Love your videos. Keep up the great work. And I am all caught up with all of that. And I'll refresh that in a little bit. Let's go back to the results here. Boom. Lots of states called. It's still early as far as results. Oh, wow. So Bloomberg he might not hit that 15% threshold in Oklahoma. It's a shame. And Alabama. It's really interesting. Sanders barely getting that threshold in Alabama. That'd be crazy if Biden just took it all. It's amazing. Virginia, Bloomberg nothing, Warren nothing. Tennessee, a solid third place above the threshold. Same thing with Arkansas. He might actually come in second place after all the results come in. And in Colorado, looks like second place for Bloomberg, and it looks like it's one of the only. Wow, look at that! So Warren's doing. She's not doing as bad as I thought she was doing earlier, but Maine, Texas, Vermont, Arkansas, North Carolina, like she might only get delegates from maybe like 3 states total. And even not that many because she's coming in third or fourth. It's not really going to help her. But if she gets delegates tonight, then she's probably going to stay in a little bit and take half of somebody's $6 bank account. Did you see that? Did you see that video where she was saying that a girl who had a whole bunch of college debt had $6 in her bank account and she gave $3 to Elizabeth Warren and told her that. And then Elizabeth Warren went on MSNBC and was bragging about it. Like, yo, this is how important it is for me to win. Like, this is what we got to do. People got to give three of their $6. First of all, if you have only $6 in the bank, you have problems, really. And which is, I've been there, man. I've been there, but I didn't blame it on anybody but myself. I didn't blame it on the government or anything, Just stuff happens. especially when you're working freelance like I was for a very long time. Sometimes there's gaps in employment, especially in New York. And I'm a pretty talented person, as you probably have noticed. But when you're freelance, it's really difficult to compete with so many other talented people. And then, of course, if you work for a company and you need like an editor or something, you probably have a friend. And it's just easier to reach out to your buddy instead of posting on Indeed or, some job site. So very glad not to be doing that world of freelance anymore. It's not an easy life. But with that said, if you have $6 in your bank account and you're going to give $3 to Elizabeth Warren, you are out of your mind. And since it looks like Warren's probably not going to drop out tonight, my next video will be talking about Elizabeth Warren. Pretty certain about that. And doesn't look like she's dropped out yet. So thank you, Drudge. So, there we go. Okay, well. And is my video still monetized? Yes. Holy moly. So, are you guys surprised that Biden is doing as well as he is today? Like, yes or no? And yeah, Tommy Tuberville is beating Jeff Sessions. And I didn't know that about him. I didn't know that he was a football guy with a coach with Auburn. So, people are. It looks like it's half and half. Yes and no. Some are saying socialism is unpopular. I mean, not everywhere, obviously. Man, I cannot wait until California comes in. So the polls close in Utah in just a few minutes. And I'm wondering what that's going to look like out of the box. But my prediction is that Bernie Sanders is going to win Utah. That's my prediction. But we'll see. And all right, well, can't wait until all this solidifies. And this is why I did not start this earlier, by the way. But it is interesting that Bloomberg's doing better than a lot of people thought. Oh, he's so close in some of these too. In North Carolina and Oklahoma, he's just under 15%. That would be disappointing, because I do want to see him shake up the party a little bit. I don't mind it. I really don't. I don't mind Bloomberg shaking things up. Warren looks like she's going to come in third in Minnesota. She might have gotten some of Klobuchar's votes, actually. I can't remember what her projection was, but I do not believe that it was anywhere near 17.5%. I don't remember that. But a lot of women who might have actually voted for Amy Klobuchar when she dropped out, that they just went to the other woman. That's very possible. So we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see these demographic breakdowns. That's all interesting too. Unfortunately, those things don't come in instantly, but we'll find out. We will find out. Either way, she's winning. Probably not a lot of delegates, but it looks like Sanders and Biden are kind of splitting that vote there. But this is just so fascinating. I love looking at these numbers too. Maine and Texas still in Sanders' favor right now, but barely in Maine. It looks like it's split. So, real quick, do you guys have any questions for me? Maybe I'll look at this. I'll do some super chats a little bit later. I don't want to bore everybody with that. I do appreciate all of your support. It's so helpful. You can't imagine. All of my Yang videos made no money. People are like, well, first of all, it was great timing because I knew, and I said it in the video, I knew that Yang was going to drop out. I knew it. I figured it would happen, and I knew he was going to do rotten in these contests. But all those videos made just about actually every Yang video I've ever made has never made any really good money. So, Roger Howland is asking about the thing in the air. And I'm not talking about that because I don't want my channel to get, I don't want the video to get screwed over. So, not talking about it, but I think that people are absolutely overreacting on all levels. Media, Democrats. That's all I'm going to say about that. Do you think a boog is going to happen if a Democrat wins 2020? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Why did the Democrat cross the road? I don't know. What's 15% number do? Award delegates. So, in case you missed it, so the rules with the DNC in these contests is that you have to have at least 15% of the vote in all of these states and all these contests to be eligible to get delegates. This is just their way to whittle things down. They finally adjusted this, so you can see up in the corner there, Gabbard. There we go. Gabbard is finally in it. Look, Gabbard's doing great. 0.04% in Texas. I really do like Tulsi. Honestly, I think she's smart. I'm really curious to see what her future is. But I do like Tulsi Gabbard. If you guys haven't noticed. Good. I'm glad I didn't break that. Great. So, is Walk Don't Run hiring? Well, if you can't get my name right, I'm definitely not hiring. Do you do stand-up at all? No. I mean, it's funny with the brick wall. Like I could be holding a microphone and look like I was at the Comedy Store, but no, I don't do stand-up. I'm a news person. Do you think Trump will replace Pence with Haley? I've seen that in my Twitter question, like in my Twitter notifications. I don't think so. I think Pence is doing great. I think people really like Pence. So Haley is definitely going to run in 2024. 100%. And remember, she's the one that took the flag down from the South Carolina State House when she was governor. So she's got that going for her. I would vote for her in a heartbeat. Absolutely. I like Nikki Haley, but I do not believe that she's going to, it would be too weird if Trump replaced Pence because he's already said that that's not happening. I don't know where that came from. People were saying that with George Bush though, in 2004, they were saying that he might replace Cheney with Giuliani of all people. That was a rumor for a little while. It wasn't on Twitter because Twitter didn't exist, but that was a thing. Somebody said, I think you look a lot better with glasses. Thank you. But the lights though, see the reflection, when the way my lights are set up in the camera, it would not work. So, Poofy doing some moderating. Good job, Poofy. Charles Crawford says, make sure you guys smash the like button. Thank you. Worst scenario for us, Bernie is a vice president. No. Bernie is not doing that. It's make or break for him. It's the presidency or nothing. He doesn't want to be vice president. And again, vice president is going to be a woman. I'd bet the farm on it. Really, it's a real thing. The Democrats are demanding it pretty much. They're demanding some kind of diversity, which is fine, as long as they're qualified. And again, I don't think any of these Democrats are qualified to be president, but that's a whole other story. Did Biden just sweep Super Tuesday? Well, I wouldn't say sweep because remember, California has 415 delegates, and most of them are going to go to Bernie Sanders. It's going to be probably, my projection was, let me see. I made a projection. It doesn't mean I'm right, and it was just kind of like, it's kind of ballpark. But yeah, Bernie's probably going to come out with at least 200 delegates in California, and Biden 100. And I said this before, but Sanders is probably going to come out of this because of California and because of Texas too. He will probably end up having like 150 more delegates than Biden, because like Vermont, Colorado, but maybe less now. But wow, like just look at Biden. He's just crushing it. He was so written off just a couple weeks ago. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. He was so written off. Like everybody said he's done. That's it. If he doesn't win South Carolina, he just destroyed in South Carolina. And Sanders is not doing himself any favors by praising dictators. So ridiculous. Livy, by the way, says, I have 3 in the bank. This is how much I love your vids. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Don't give me money if you have $6 in the bank or $3 in the bank. Oh my goodness. Somebody mentioned Overwatch. I have not. I updated Overwatch the other day. I can't even find it now. It's gone. It's gone. But I was playing the experimental part of Overwatch. It's kind of like the PTR in a way, but the which is where they beta test new characters and stuff like that. And they kind of unnerfed D.Va, my main tank. So they're experimenting with it. I hope they bring her back to her full glory, but they will not. They won't. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I bought a couple Switch games, and I've been playing Switch a little bit, but I've been playing mostly Modern Warfare. So, and Fen, thank you very much for being such a great supporter, and Poofy again doing a great job moderating. And I don't know if Alana is here, Alana Banana, maybe, but if she's not, just say hi to her. And to all of my Discord peeps and everything. So, wow, look at this. This is crazy. Massachusetts. What is happening? Biden wins Massachusetts over Sanders? That's wow. That's what does that mean? I don't even know. Utah going to Sanders. Maine is split between Biden and Sanders. And I think after these precincts come in, that it's going to be very close. I think it's going to end up being very close between Biden and Sanders in Texas. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about it. It is 10 after 10. I am going to read some more super chats. Wait for did Utah come in yet? Yeah, they're not calling Utah yet. But as I said, Bernie Sanders is going to win Utah. That's easy. But so far, Bloomberg is in second place. And this is new. Elizabeth Warren at 15.9%. So I was saying she was dead in the water, and earlier tonight I was saying that, but again, this is this early reporting. So if she meets the 15% threshold in all these states, and then she's not going anywhere. So let's read some more super chats. I appreciate you guys. Very helpful for all of my equipment buying, and I've bought a new computer back in Christmas Eve. It was on sale. Garrett Emmerich says, who's cuter, Biden or Sanders? Probably Sanders. Something about a crotchety old man. Steve Pryor says, how much do you... Oh, hey, Steve. How much do you think Mini Mike will have spent come November? Over... Easily well over $1 billion. Easily. If not more. It's right. Just so far, he's spent $500 million. So it really depends on if he keeps going. And if the numbers hold up tonight, he's going to keep going. He's not going anywhere. Political Pothead says, Bernie is speaking. Oh, really? Well, let me... I can't play it on most stuff. Oh, can I just show you this? Clearly C-SPAN does not know what that means. There's nothing that's more of a boner killer than C-SPAN. So I'm going to say they have no idea what that means, and I'm just going to let that go. But C-SPAN. Let's see. Okay, Bloomberg. Yeah, I'm not going to play these. But there's all these remarks. There's Tulsi spoke in Detroit. It's all interesting. It's cool. I'm not going to play all this stuff because I don't want to get a copyright strike by mistake. But maybe I'll end up doing a video about it if any of them are interesting. Let me read some of these super chats real quick. Livy O, again, thank you for the $2. Appreciate it. Kevin Cantrell says, number 1, do you think Biden has early onset dementia? Number 2, where can I get that? Oh, okay. Well, this shirt was from the Nintendo store. And Biden, I just think he's just an old guy, dude. That happens. Cyborger says, excellent analysis and great work. Thank you. Jego182 says, Warren Clinton, powwow chow for a side of beef. Josie says, who's your least favorite of the candidates left? Warren, easily. RPow11 says, thank you for your hard work. Thank you for the support. The other JR, thank you for your support. Need Bloom to... let me go to the super chat thing here. There we go. Move this over here. Let's see here. Nasha TCG says, need Bloom to stay in, have 1K shares and predict it. Okay. Well, I don't think he's going anywhere. Joe Ponta says, I took out a loan for $4 so you could have 2. Thank you very much. Somebody deleted their message, but thank you for that, whoever you are. Tony Paget says, does it matter to call a state when those above 15% get a percentage of the delegates? Well, you can call a state of who is going to win it, but we're not going to know exact percentages until all the votes are counted, which will be tomorrow. So, but with all these here, with Biden just destroying in all of these things, you have to just say, well, he won the majority of the votes in all of these states, just killing it. But everything else, like Virginia right now, they're 100% reporting. Warren does not have 15%. Bloomberg does not have 15%. And Virginia is really the only one that's reporting 100%. And the same with Vermont. Clearly, if you counted the rest of the votes, they would not come close to the 51%. So that's why they're calling that. And plus with the exit polls and everything. So, okay. And Garrett Emmerich says, here's 3 of my $6. Max Willett says, love the channel. I think Trump will get 42 states. It might be a landslide. We'll see. We'll see what happens. G Plant says, more vids on AOC. You rule. Been watching for 2 years. So thank you very much for that. Mark Peterson says, you have to be suicidal to pick Hillary as your running mate. Yeah, I agree. 100%. YM says, Yang is considering mayor run of New York City. I've heard that. We'll see. We'll see. Unless he offers everybody $1,000, I don't think he'll win. Joseph Thomas says, MAGA 2020. Joe C, thank you very much. Victor from Levy Oliveira says, cheers from Brazil. Will super delegates vote Biden? With the new rules that the DNC has set, the super delegates have less power. And in a contested convention, they don't automatically get to vote for who they want to. There's a process, but chances are if Biden keeps it up, if he keeps up the momentum, he doesn't screw up, he doesn't have like a complete brain freeze at a debate, he might end up winning the plurality of delegates, and then it'll still be contested, but then there's going to be wheeling and dealing. But no matter what, if Biden wins the nomination, Bernie supporters are going to be incredibly angry, and it is not going to be pretty. Guadalupe Lozano says, who would win in a debate, Trump or Bernie? Trump. Trump has 4 years in the White House. Bernie is no. Ray Games says, is there any chance he will stop playing that garbage virtue signaling game known as Overwatch? I honestly haven't played Overwatch for a while. So it's been Call of Duty, which is definitely not virtue signaling. For the most part. Dudley Darling says, doing well. Thank you very much. Andy's YouTube says, to be more specific, what candidate has the best chance at beating Trump in the debates? Maybe Biden, if he can kind of get the coalition together, but it's a big question as to who he picks for his vice president, who he picks for his VP, how salty Bernie's people are going to be. If the economy tanks between now and November, Trump's not going anywhere. He's got another 8 years. $1 person, have you seen the newest creepy Joe vid? It's a doozy. If you're interested, check out Katie Gulick on Twitter. It's the one of him and the baby. I will look for it. My Discord invite is expired in the description. Again, unreal. We have a vanity URL, and every time our level Poofy or Fen, can you guys make an invite to the Discord and put it in the comments or in the chat or something? But thank you. I will take care of that. Alpha X says, do women on the street and demand to be called ma'am? Andy's YouTube, which candidate do you think will have the best bet against President Trump? Again, you've asked that, and I think Biden, maybe. John Fairley says, will the New York City pink tax hurt Bloomberg's chances? I don't know. I don't think a lot of women are going to be voting for Bloomberg here. That's an interesting thing, because Bloomberg is New York, and so is Bernie. Like, Bernie was born in Brooklyn, so it'll be interesting to see who wins New York. New York City will probably go to Sanders, maybe. I remember when I did a Man in the Street, all these people, everybody I asked loved Warren. All of them. Like, if you asked me in July who was going to win New York, I would have said Warren, hands down. But now, I mean, she's just imploded. Not doing terrible tonight, but Rory asks, how much money does YouTube take from a super chat? It's 60-40. So they keep 40. Cameron Wheelock says, do you think your channel, and thank you, Corey. Cameron Wheelock says, do you think your channel would grow faster with a Dem president with 4 more years of Trump? Also, more importantly, what's your favorite band? Favorite band? Well, the Democrats are always going to be doing dumb things. So it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know if it'll grow faster or not. I think as long as I keep making good content. And my favorite band, wow. Oh, ugh. I don't know. No, that's dumb. I totally know. It's the Beatles. I mean, they're the best band. The Beatles are the best band. Although my favorite album might be Dark Side of the Moon, maybe. But the Beatles, and I've been listening to a lot of Beatles lately. Abbey Road is a near perfect album. Yeah, it's the Beatles. It's the Beatles. Yeah. Good question. Thank you. Striker 6G says, if you click on a state name on Politico, you can see the counties. Yeah, I don't want to throw everything off as far as everybody's probably watching this in their phone. Brendan Fig says, love your channel, Andrew. I'm glad you overcame the legal challenges. Thank you. Yes, me too. Holy moly. Copyright strikes are not fun. Both my conservative mom and liberal dad plus stepmom laughed at your AOC videos. By the way, I voted for Tulsi simply on principle. It's interesting. You know, if I was a registered Democrat in New York, I would probably write in Tulsi in the Democratic primary, but it's not an open primary. So as a registered Republican, I can't. But I've talked about this before, that I was thinking about registering as a Democrat and being able to vote, at least in the Democratic primaries here, because most of the time, especially in my district, Democrats run uncontested. So, and I vote Democrat. I'll vote Democrat with you know, like state Senate or whatever, as long as they're a good Democrat. Not all Democrats are bad. You have to be objective. Leggy Blonde, thank you very much. Will Reuter says, discuss a Trump-Bloomberg debate. Bloomberg is not presidential. Bloomberg is not... He keeps talking about, well, I'm a manager and I'll do this and I'll do that, but he doesn't have any real answers. He's just basically theoretically saying that he would do better than Trump. So Trump would just blow him out of the water just with Trump's charisma alone would sink Bloomberg. James 5346 says, love your channel, buddy. Keep it up. Thank you. Pixel Peppy says, match me and let's buy Bernie a 4th house. Brock Johnson 100 says, can I send you a DM hotel for DNC in Milwaukee? I don't know. Send me, email me. I have an email address in my about page. That's probably the best way to get to me. Yo, Alex says, will you be my mother? I don't know about that. Dash Jam California says, Bernie is a Judas goat leading his people to slaughter. Just like in 2016, won't be a surprise to see DNC do him the same way. Well, look, the DNC is not, they don't want to support Bernie, but they kind of have to for some reason. But he's not a Democrat. So if they're gonna treat him badly, you can't blame them, honestly. But they need to be fair. Let me refresh because I got some new ones here. And okay, actually, Political Pothead says Biden about to speak. Yeah, I don't want to just sit here and see these guys. But Bernie wins Utah. Fox predicts Bernie to win the Utah. Yeah, that was easy. No April. Will Biden have Greta Thunberg? Greta is too young to be VP, and so is AOC. And I love it. I put out that AOC video where I said, could she be Bernie's vice president? And in the video, I'm like, well, no, she's not old enough. But the point was that all these news networks were putting that title as clickbait. And that was the reason why I did it, to kind of make a point. And people are like, no, she can't because she's not 35 yet. Like, yeah, no kidding. Like, that was the whole point. Like, watch the whole video. Patrick Mosher says, I have more than $5 in the bank. Man, what a flex. But thank you, Patrick. James says, do cats make good MREs? I read somewhere like the dogs were getting it or something, and I was like, I think that's all BS. Jake Phillips says, Biden picks Buttigieg as VP. Oof, no, absolutely not. Booty gets the back, POTUS through the back door. Okay, I like your joke. That's funny, but no. It's gonna be a woman. Doesn't matter if it's Buttigieg. No. Thomas Moretzi says, do you think Tulsi should have run as a Republican? No, she's totally a Democrat. If you've seen her, like, she was at Standing Rock. Like, she's very much a Democrat. Very much a Democrat. But she's not hyper-partisan. That's the difference. Spencer says, do you watch Reason's video on Bernie's history of praising... We all know he does it. It doesn't matter. That is not make or break for Bernie's base, but it's definitely make or break for people in, say, Florida. Cody J says, here's $2 before I go to sleep. I work at 6 a.m. Just FYI, I get up every morning at 7 a.m., 7 to 7:30 a.m. That's how disciplined I am as somebody working on YouTube videos. Like that, I feel like I work better in the morning anyway, but let me have some more coffee. That's a good idea. More coffee. So I'm dedicated to you guys. So I appreciate all of your, all of your support and all of your tuning in and being awesome. And just, I have so many, and I say this a lot, but I had 583 subscribers back in July 2018. And it was, to have almost, I'm approaching, it's getting there. I'm approaching 300,000 subs. And that's, I never thought I would have so many subs. At one point in my pink tax video, I was begging for 1,000 subscribers. I was pretty much like, please, I'm like halfway there. And now people are just like, wow, you have so many subscribers now. It's an interesting time capsule. And I'm very proud of that pink tax video. And I'm glad it's back up. Logan James says, will you shred an MTV video again? I want to, but they haven't been doing them. They haven't been doing MTV Decoded anymore. Biden will be the best U.S. senator. Thank you, Cirrus98. That's great. RS 180216 says, how are they able to declare Virginia at 1% reporting? Also, you rock. Got my whole family is watching you. Okay. So again, I'm going to just explain how that works. So if something comes in at 0%, like the other day with South Carolina, the polls closed at 7 and immediately they called it for Biden. They're like at 0.0% of precincts reporting that Biden was projected to be the winner. And they did that because it's called exit polling. There's literally people outside of polling stations and they say, hey, come over here. Who did you vote for? And then they ask them questions like, what was the most significant reason for you voting for this person? Was it because you thought that they could beat Trump? Do you think it was because they were good on the economy or good on this issue or good on that issue? And it's usually like a private organization. And then what they do, then the news networks, they tap into that. Like the news networks pay these people, and they've been doing it for years and they're experts at this. And this is why you can kind of project, and they're usually not wrong. Of course you have places like, say, Florida, where like in 2000 and 2004, where it was very hard to call. Like they called Florida, but the exit polling was wrong, and it was very, very close. It was within hundreds of votes. So while it is raining outside, it is thundering. I love it. And also, by the way, if you follow me on Twitter, I am at, oh, neat. I am at Don't Walk Run at Twitter. And I have a benefactor that was very kind enough. I'm not going to say who, but this person helped me get my real name instead of Don't Walk _ Run. Very unwieldy. But now I'm at Don't Walk Run. Please follow me on Twitter. Catch my daily smugness. I'm on Twitter all the time, and I'm definitely conversing with people. So, wow, I don't know if you hear that rain, but it is coming down. It's lovely. Love it. Let's see here. YM, I have $3 in this. How much I love Wang Gang. Thank you. Political pothead. Biden is. Oh, okay. I'm all caught up there. Let me refresh because I know I got a couple here. What's your email? I can't find it on about page. Let me. You have to. Let's see here. Dun dun dun. On the about page, because I don't want to like say it on here, but on the about page, there's a thing that says for business inquiries, and you have to actually click the thing that says view email address. So it's there. Trust me. Antimatter says, I always thought Bernie was going to beat Biden. Well, until a week ago, until he won South Carolina, like that's what he needed, and he's doing pretty well. Brock Johnson, what's your email? I can't find it on about page. As I said, just scroll down into details. Can you talk about Chris Matthew? I just want to say his takes recently weren't great. I think he got a bad deal on some of the stuff, but like he was arguing with Elizabeth Warren. He was basically saying, well, you know, why are you picking the woman over Bloomberg because there's no evidence? Like what's your evidence? And she's like, oh, well, because she said it. Like, well, no, that's not real. Like that. She's a lawyer. Like you can't say that somebody said something without evidence. So it was just dumb. But he said a couple, look, he's 74. He'll be fine. He's a multimillionaire. He'll be okay. He'll start a podcast. Everything will be fine. So, but yeah, that is Chris Matthews here. Why not says, why is Warren still even running? Isn't she done? Well, let's look at this in a minute. YM says, would you combine streams with Mr. Reagan? Maybe if he says my name right in a stream, my channel name right, then maybe I'll think about it, but probably not. Totally wasn't my fault. Says, if AOC and Ilhan Omar were in a debate, who do you think would win? AOC, look, AOC, a lot of bad takes, but she's a very talented speaker. If you've seen her at any of these Bernie rallies, she is just on fire. She gets the crowd going crazy, and people like her, and she's very charismatic. I'm not trying to take anything away from her. I'm giving her due. Her policies are terrible, but she's very charismatic and she has a following, and she's going to be around a while. She's not going anywhere, unfortunately. And Lawrence says, who do you think will run in 2024 other than Haley? Honestly, I mean, maybe Pence too. Maybe Pence, maybe Haley, but I do believe that if there's going to be a female president out of the gate, like in 2024, it's going to be Nikki Haley. She's smart. She's diverse, very important, and I don't know. But the way it works is normally you have 2 terms of a Republican and then you have 2 terms of a Democrat. And if the Democrats come out with a field like in 2020, the Republicans have a really good shot. But as long as they don't just like put out a bunch of terrible candidates too. Maybe Lindsey Graham will try and run again. Ted Cruz might try and run again. We'll see. It's going to be 2024 is going to be interesting, and hopefully I'll still be around to cover it. Nevertheless, I Live says, who is the Republican favorite for 2024? I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah, I do believe that it's Nikki Haley. I really do. Bless her heart. Sham Her Clam, is socialism the greatest rebranding of all time? No kidding. My goodness. I don't really get into the ideology of these politics because it's covered so much better by other YouTubers like, like a COD Daily, or just like they have better takes of it than I do. I mostly cover policy stuff. But yeah, agreed. So a couple. I'll read these 2 and I'll go back see what's updated here. Nathan Smith, where did you find that live update table? This is Politico, and I will put it in the super chat. There you go. What is happening here? Oh, my coffee. My coffee is heated to 134 degrees. No, it's not. What was that? What was happening? My coffee. Oh, come on. Well, it says it was. I bought a tablet the other day so I could go to the gym and watch Ben Shapiro and watch YouTube stuff. But I haven't been like in the last 2 weeks because of germs. Let's just say that. So anyway, so this is the Politico thing, and let's see. So Utah's called, Colorado's called, Vermont's called. See all these numbers. We're not going to see solid numbers for everything, but Bloomberg, Tennessee. There we go. 16.1%. Arkansas 19.3%. Oklahoma. He's so short. Again, Democrats need to get a 15% threshold at minimum to win any delegates in the state. And Colorado, Utah, and Texas. That's big. That's big. That's double-digit delegates for Bloomberg in Texas, and not too far behind Biden. They're not calling Texas yet, but see, this is what I was saying earlier. It's 24.7% so far for Biden and 28.7% for Sanders. And I was saying that it was going to be close and it was going to be split. And it looks like I'm still right. But again, we won't know all these things until tomorrow. And it is almost 10:40, and the polls are not closing in California until 11 p.m. So, tell you what, if you guys are sick of me, let me know. If you guys want me to keep going, I'll keep going until at least 11. So yes and no. If you need to go to bed, just hit no. I get it. I totally get it. Roger Hallen says, are you an old classic computer gamer like Descent? I actually played Descent on the PlayStation. All right, I'll stay on. That's fine. Just keep going forever, Fen. Okay, I'll try and stay on and see if anything solidifies for California. Okay. So as long as you guys want me to stay on, I'll stay on, because I still have over 3,000 people in the viewing, and I'm just, this might be my biggest live stream ever, honestly. I'm so blessed to have so much support from you guys. So thank you for being awesome. I really appreciate you guys. So it means so much to be able to be a YouTuber, to be a professional YouTuber, marginally famous. You know, I have musician friends. I have friends that are in bands that I'm actually more famous than them, but you know, not by much. I mean, and they're much more talented than I am. My goodness, I really want to learn. Eventually, I would love to learn how to play bass guitar. I think that'd be really fun because I love Paul McCartney. Again, favorite band, the Beatles. But let's see. Kyoto Somo. You have a check mark. Oh, and hi, Analytical Check. But Kyoto Somo says, hopefully the channel keeps on growing. I hope so too. That would be great. That would be awesome. I don't even know how many subscribers I have right now. Let me look. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I'm hit. Hopefully you hit 1 million in 2021. Well, I'm at 286,569 currently. I gained a lot over the Christmas holiday thanks to that BuzzFeed video, the BuzzFeed inventions video. Didn't make any money on it, but it gained me a lot of subscribers, so I can't complain about that. You take the good with the bad, you know? I'm surprised that... Okay, so, look. First of all, I'm surprised that Biden won Minnesota by what he did, and I'm surprised that Elizabeth Warren hit 15.8%. But I do believe that it's because Klobuchar dropped out and a lot of people wanted to vote for a female candidate, which is fine. Warren and Klobuchar are not even remotely close on policy. They're very different, but you know, it's a lot of it has to do with identity politics, and that's just how things work. So it looks like she might hit that 15% threshold. And so she's doing that in Minnesota. She might hit that in Colorado. I would not be surprised at this point. In Utah, it is iffy. She could, as more precincts come in, she could drop below 15%. And Maine and Massachusetts, oh man, coming in third place. That's embarrassing, honestly, but in her home state. And Texas, if she might not hit 15% there, but Bloomberg does. So she's not dropping out unless I'm missing something. Unless something's happened. Bloomberg spends $500 million, wins American Samoa. Campaign to make reassessment on Wednesday. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like. They could fire
Tonight
everybody.
is the state of Texas,
and
the Lone Star State. Let's look at what's happening
they could fire
there.
everybody and then
And go to Anthony Salvanto at the decision desk.
Get new people.
Hey, Nora, keeping an eye on Texas all night. This patchwork of colors that you see in all the counties in
Bloomberg
Texas
campaign will be making
tells
a
a big part of the
reassessment
story. You've got
on
the
Wednesday.
purple areas,
Bloomberg
places
campaign aide
where
said.
Bernie
That
Sanders
aide
is doing
also
well.
cautioned.
We got
That
some
doesn't
data
mean
in
much.
from El Paso,
Well,
where he's done well. And, you know,
okay,
he's
so that doesn't
done
mean
well
aid.
in places that
It's
have
not
a
even
lot
reporting.
of
That's
Latino
nothing.
voters.
Of course, they're
He's
going to
done well.
reassess. They need to figure out what to do. They need to say, okay, this is how well we did. This is where our strengths lied. They're gonna have all this data. They're gonna have data on who voted, age, race. They're gonna know all of that. And then they can assess that. They can say, well, this is where we're doing well. So let's try to play this demographic or this audience or these issues. Because if a lot of people are mostly interested in the economy, then maybe he'll come out and say, he'll rejigger his message, say, well, this is what we need to the economy's fine, it's good, but it could be better with Bloomberg and have some solid reasons, but who knows if that'll help him. So yeah, but it didn't say that she was dropping out. So that's good. Yeah, Warren's not going anywhere if these numbers hold up. And not yet. 15 minutes to California. So I said I'll stay on. I'll stay on, and I'll read some super chats. Oh no. I didn't. Okay. There was, let me turn that down. Desktop audio. I didn't realize. Hope that wasn't too annoying. I didn't have my headphones in because I haven't been playing any sound. So, well, we still have almost 3,000 viewers. So thanks for sticking around, and thanks for hanging out with me. This is fun. This is a lot more interesting than I thought. I thought that Bloomberg was going to tank, that Warren was going to do okay, come in third in a couple places, but maybe not hit the 15% threshold. But now it's not a four-way race by any means, but it's definitely more interesting. And look here, Texas. Again, 25% Biden, 28.7% for Sanders. And I think a lot of people think that Beto O'Rourke sold out. I agree with that assessment. He sold out to Biden because Beto O'Rourke is one of the most progressive Democrats in what was one of the most in the race. Same thing with Julian Castro. He went to Warren, and I think it kind of made sense for him to do that. But also, like, he's progressive, she's progressive. And maybe he just didn't like Sanders or something. Maybe he didn't think Sanders was viable. Also, maybe because of the dictators thing. I don't know. Maybe Sanders thought that, maybe Castro thought that Sanders was like too radical, that Warren was just enough radical. So yeah, who knows? But yeah, Beto totally sold out, and Poofy agrees. By the way, hit P for Poofy. By the way, say hi to Poofy again. My right hand girl. She's my confidant. You should do a man in the street in Staten Island, says Political Pothead. You'd actually meet Trump supporters. It's a good bellwether. Well, look, when I go in New York, I definitely meet Trump supporters anyway in Manhattan. So it's not, and I'm by NYU too. So you'd think I would get a little bit more, but I've definitely got a lot of people on the left and some people on the right too. And they're not, I wasn't taping, but I guess a few months ago, I was in Washington Square. I was just kind of hanging out, and I met this older couple, and it was a man and a woman, and they were in their 80s, and the woman was very conservative, and the gentleman was very on the left, but they both did not like Hillary Clinton. But they were definitely, oh, is my coffee finally heated up? Oh, yes, it is. But they couldn't have been more different politically, but they were the sweetest couple. It was just nice to chat with them. Oh yeah, that's what I needed. I needed that coffee. Yes, hail Poofy. Poofy's great. Who else is waiting for bated breath for the epic rap battle of history's take on Biden versus Bernie? Wow, good job, Matthew. Great. Let me put that up there. That was pretty funny. Yeah, good job, Matthew. Political pothead. So yeah, so the Staten Island thing. There's a Dairy Queen out in Staten Island, which I like. The one in the Staten Island terminal. Nicholas David said, "You can't see the states as you are scrolling." Oh, really? Oh, because I moved it over. Sorry, guys. Thank you very much. You didn't have to give me a super chat for that. But thank you. But thank you for that. Yeah, because I moved it over for a super chat. So, Kirill Zabrodin says, I'm a Russian who is getting more interested in politics. Don't worry, I'm not meddling. I didn't think you were. And I really enjoy your content. By the way, BBC suggesting that Bloomberg might drop out and Warren will keep going. Bloomberg's not dropping out. He's got too much invested, and he did well tonight. He didn't do great. He didn't do bad. Oh, and Nicholas Davidson said, can't see the states. You are still my favorite senior political analyst. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. And Garrett Emmerich says, thanks for staying on later, Bay. And Bill Durkin says, do you listen to the No Agenda podcast? I don't. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to listen to stuff. But I do definitely, I go out of my way to watch at least the first hour of the Ben Shapiro show. And I go out of my way to listen to Sargon. And I always watch that cat channel, Cream Heroes. It's the best. When I need a break from politics and I just want to watch cats like be silly. And thank you, Political Pothead, and thank you, Dan Riddle. What is a virtue every major Dem has? We all focus on how terrible their policies are and stuff, but what's something nice you could say about them? Well, why are you making me do this? Well, okay, look. Joe Biden clearly, he's in it because he feels like he needs to do it. I don't feel like he's being forced into it. And I think if it were really up to him, he would have run in 2016, but he didn't because Obama probably told him not to do it. He's like, I'm going to give you this medal and the Medal of Freedom or whatever it was. And just stay out of Hillary's way, man. Just stay out of her way. You don't want that. You don't want that trouble. And Gabbard, look, I do believe that Gabbard's the only one up there that, and look, Bernie too. I think Bernie thinks that he can change the world with revolution, and he can't do it. He cannot do it because there's a little thing called Congress, and he doesn't have the votes. He's not going to get 2/3 majority for anything he wants to pass. Which is why I was saying in my video, my AOC video, that he legitimately needs a revolution. He needs to get rid of all of the establishment Democrats with progressive Democrats. It's the only way he can get anything passed. And it's not in the cards. Maybe in 100 years, maybe. Then Bernie, I don't think will be around then. Kyle Criswell says, you do an absolutely fantastic job. Love your channel. President Trump will demolish any Democratic challenger. I think so. I do believe that's real. Trump is just, he's just a monster when it comes to sucking the air out of the room, the energy. Like Trump is there's nobody else like Trump, really. Garrett Emmerich says 1 for Trump, 2 for Yang Gang. Okay, here we go. 1 for Trump, 2 for Yang Gang. I don't know. But thank you for that. And Trey50 Daniel says, what do you think about Biden tapping Beto to run his gun control agenda? I think that him doing that wins Trump the election in Texas. That's my take. That's my take on it. So, you want to lose Texas? Pick Beto to do to take away your Second Amendment rights. I see Fen here. Fen says YM is wondering if you would ever consider doing a collab with Mr. Reagan. Oh, I answered that before. Mr. Reagan would actually have to say my name in the name of my channel in a stream correctly first before I would consider any of that. So that's all I'm saying about that. But thank you, Fen. Fen is one of my moderators on Discord. She is great. And definitely, I'm not on Discord as much as I would like to be, unfortunately, because I'm busy researching and making videos and watching cats on videos. All right, 2 more, and it's 5 minutes to 11 p.m., guys. It's 5 minutes to 11 p.m., which is great, because then maybe there will be something to do, some results for California, but I don't know. It's such a big state, so it's hard to do exit polling like that. Mike Chef says, to be honest, I'm skeptical of an easy Trump victory. Oh no, so am I. Oh no, this is not in the bag for Trump. How do you think the electoral map will look in a Biden versus Trump election? I'll get to your second half of your question in a second. Let's see. Let me move this over. Sorry. Again, it really depends on whether the economy's bounced back from this dip in the last week, which I'm sure it will. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not the worst thing. And I also, there's so many factors. Again, it has to do with whether or not, if Biden or Bernie pick like a really good vice president, like somebody that can really energize the Democratic base, then, who knows? If Bernie and Warren get through their little thing and they kind of become Voltron and become like the, Sanders Warren, that's a possibility too. The two of them together could maybe beat Trump. Maybe. But again, Warren wants to do her own thing, and I don't see that happening. So, about bands, what do you think of Eagles and Kansas? Not a big Kansas fan. Love the Eagles, especially, Hotel California and The Long Run, and Rip Glenn Fry, man. He was great. I was actually really, it's funny that you say that, because when he died on my Spotify, when did he die? Like maybe February or March of the year. Because on Spotify at the end of when you use Spotify, it says like who you listened to the most. And I had listened to the Eagles the most for that year. So I was particularly sad about Glenn Fry, and two of my I was working at a news organization. I said, are we going to do a video about Glenn Fry? And he's like, no, nobody cares. I'm like, what? Like, the Eagles are only like one of the biggest bands ever to exist. And we ended up not doing one about the Eagles or about Glenn Fry, but we ended up doing several on David Bowie when he died. So, good question. F in the chat for Sanders campaign. Well, not yet. Definitely not yet. Wow. More super chats. Thanks, guys. Totally wasn't my fault, says, just flexing my capitalism. Thank you. YM says, Mr. Reagan, he would love to do the stream collab. He is streaming now and said your name correctly. So can you give him a call now? I'm busy doing my own thing right now for tonight. Ryan Shield says, what do you think of Steven Crowder? I haven't watched Crowder in a while, and I'm wondering if he's going to get his monetization back. There's a lot of stuff I'm curious about. I think he has lawsuits going on. I don't know anything about how they're going, but I have to catch up on that. Dan Riddle, what's the beef between you and Mr. Reagan about? There's no beef. I'm not saying there's beef. Greatest ever. Do you think that Ivanka might be the first woman president in the near future? No. But I really, again, Poofy and I were talking about Ivanka the other day, and she's just such a classy, beautiful person. And she's smart. And I love that she's part of the administration and she's not just Like, she's actually doing things, like good work. And same thing with Jared Kushner. He's doing really good work. He goes out and he gets votes, and he's very effective. A lot of the administration is not effective, but those Ivanka and Jared and Kellyanne Conway, like all these people really do good stuff. And Stephanie Grissom right now, she is just amazing as Trump's press person. She's a powerhouse. Ultras Oranus says, if Biden wins, will people riot for Sanders? I think they just won't come out. I think they'll just be really salty. I think they're just going to be really salty and not come out and vote. The same thing with like the 5 Yang Gang people. They're not going to come out and vote for for anybody. They're just going to stay home. Adam Roberts says, how do we change California into a red state? Got to stay until Cenk results. Okay. Well, Adam Roberts, that's a good question. My feeling is that the federal government has to basically, they need to get tough on all these sanctuary states and cities, because they're basically obstructing justice by not sharing information with federal authorities. So basically, if somebody gets pulled over and they're not supposed to be in this country, they won't report them to ICE, and that's what they should be doing. Now I'm demonetized, but but if the federal government starts cracking down on states like California, and they're starting to do that with New York, slowly but surely, people are going to get sick and tired of it, and they're going to go, well, what's more important, me, the taxpayer, or these people you're protecting? And people are going to get fed up with it, and then they're going to start voting people out. Like Feinstein needs to be voted out. Maxine Waters needs to be voted out. Pelosi, Schiff, all these people, they're not doing anything. They're all there for power. They're not helping anything. If you look at the streets of San Francisco or Los Angeles, you can tell how ineffective these people are. And that is my view on it. So good question. And, is it 11 p.m.? All right. Ryan Shields, dogs versus cats. Cats, 100%. Political trucker, we need everyone to vote this year or Trump may lose. I don't know about that. And Tom Murray got to stay on until Cenk results. Well, not sure if we're going to get those results, but we are going to take a look, and hopefully okay. This is not a surprise. Everybody knows that Sanders is going to win California. But see, this is where the exit polling comes in. At 0.0% of precincts reporting, Sanders wins. And that's all. Look, I told you that this is going to happen. But who knows what's going to happen as far as everybody else. Will Warren do better in Bloomberg? Will Bloomberg suddenly have like a great time there? I mean, Bloomberg got 19.2% in Utah so far. It's a lot. He's doing better than I thought. Colorado and Arkansas and Tennessee. I was really hoping he was going to get Oklahoma for some reason. I don't know why. But again, they need to hit a 15% threshold to be able to get delegates. And we're not going to know these numbers until tomorrow. Like Utah, Warren is on the cusp at 15%. And it's only 29 delegates, so she might come out with like 1 in Utah. But those numbers are going to add up, because if Biden or Sanders doesn't get 1,991 delegates by the convention, Then it's going to be a contested convention, brokered convention, open convention. It's all the same thing. And there's going to be wheeling and dealing, and then everybody's going to be angry. So, Chrissy asks, do you have any opinions on Mark Dice? I like Mark Dice. I like him a lot. In fact, sometimes when I say certain things, I feel like I'm channeling him or I'm influenced by him. He's just very funny. He's not an analyst at all. He's a commentator, but he's funny. And I am subscribed to him and I do watch him. And his videos, they're usually like they're not like a 10-15 minute slog at all. They're usually like 4 to 6 minutes, and they're usually funny. And his impressions are really funny of like Brian Stelter and I like Mark Dice a lot. And I'm very jealous that Mark Dice gets to go to the White House tonight, and I haven't been asked yet. That's when they had all the social media people come to, and not all of them are my taste or anything, but I was a little jealous. I was like, man, I want to be part of that sometime, maybe in the near future. Maybe if Trump wins in 2020, they'll have another one of those. But then again, I'm not like a super Trump cheerleader, but I'm a little bit more reasoned, I think, and I'm definitely more objective with the Democrats. Garrett Emmerich says, will Pence being VP in 2020 impact your vote? Would an alternative help his chances? I don't think that he picked Pence because he's conservative, and he picked Pence because, sorry, I'm just going to move this over again. Pence was a good pick, and he's doing really well with this thing in the air, the germs. I think he's doing a pretty good job. I was watching the last press conference that he did, and it just made me feel a little bit better. He's brought in a lot of people, and they're all very smart, and they've seen things like this before, and it made me feel a little bit better about it. But I feel like it's being run well, so I like Pence. And there's a lot of criticisms that the left uses, and I don't agree with. They're cherry picking. Political Trucker says, can you do a video on QAnon? Probably not. I don't talk about that stuff. Political Pothead says, protesters rushed Biden during his speech. Ooh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. I on my Twitter, by the way, I put a clip of the Bloomberg town hall at Fox News where a bunch of protesters came out. One person had like blue hair. You'd think you know that person is going to not be up to any good. I would be like, yeah, we're not letting you in this town hall. I'm sorry. That's, common sense, people. Ryan Johnson's crack pipe. Hey, what's up, dude? If by some miracle Bernie wins, would he be a lame duck president? He might be a lame duck president because of health. Maybe. But he wouldn't get anything done. He would be so ineffective, and he would be primaried. That's how I see it. That somebody would go, he's useless. We need a president that can get things done. And somebody else would come in. That's how I see that. And am I all caught up here? Adam Roberts, what happened to Tulsi? Tulsi, to say what happened, she won a delegate. She came in second place. Oh, I have it up. She came in second place in American Samoa, of all places. So Bloomberg won. It's the only place he's won so far. And Tulsi Gabbard came in second place at 29.3% of the vote. which means that she wins however many delegates they have. I don't even know. But she's won a delegate. So good for her. She came in second place, and she's above the 15% threshold, which is important. So turn that off and put this back up. And let's see where we're at. And we're at 2,600 people still on. So thank you for hanging out. And so, again, California, they called it for Bernie. No surprise. I could have told you this 12 weeks ago that Bernie was going to win California. And let's take one more look here. So Biden, Alabama, blowout in Alabama, blowout in Virginia. Anything above 40% is a blowout as far as I'm concerned. Anything that's 20 points higher than second place. I mean, look at this. Like Biden, like the comeback kid, that he's got the Joe-mentum, which is just amazing. Like, look at this. He, like, all these states in Massachusetts, I thought no, but people and it's called Massachusetts is called. So for Sanders not to win Massachusetts, in a lot of ways, it was probably that Warren split the vote with Sanders. That's probably something that's probably a thing. But he's way above the 15% threshold, so that's a big deal. And Vermont easily, again, blowout in Vermont, so he gets like probably 10 of the 16 delegates there. Colorado, he did really well. Utah, no surprise. And California, no surprise. Maine is too close to call. It's 34% to 33.6%. Biden could win it, but it's very possible. I don't know what precincts are being reported, but Sanders could still win. But it's still a toss up at this point. And Texas, again, look how close this is. I've been saying this for weeks, and especially today and yesterday that Biden and Sanders were going to split Texas. And the fact that Bloomberg has above the 15% threshold, just kind of shocked. That's shocking. Not the split between Bernie and Biden, but definitely with Bloomberg. And I said that at the end of all of this, and we'll know tomorrow. And if you follow me on Twitter, I will either say I was wrong or say that I was right. But if you follow me on Twitter at Don't Walk Run, and thank you again to my very special benefactor who helped me secure his Don't Walk Run was like a dead account. And somebody, like the last tweet that they had was from 2008 or something. So this person went to got me, they said, hey, let me see if I can take care of that. And I was just like, wow, thank you. Really? It's nice to know people in high places. So thank you. You know who you are. Thank you very much. You're the best. And as you can see, I'm a chief meteorologist too. But this is very, very exciting. Now let's see what's happening. Oh, look at this. 75% of the vote is in. Tommy Tuberville is only like 1% above Jeff Sessions. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Let me move this over. Holy moly. Look at that, guys. This is something I'm definitely going to be looking out for tomorrow. Wow, that's pretty crazy. And I did not know that this guy Tommy Tuberville was a I didn't know who he was. I haven't been following that race. I was actually it's funny because I was just assuming that it was going to be between Doug Jones and Jeff Sessions. I didn't even know who this other dude was. I don't know what his stances are or anything, but it's fine. Jeff Sessions should never ever have taken the Attorney General position. Big mistake. They should have brought in Bill Barr straight away. Bill Barr is great, by the way. Let's see here. I'm going to see if I can find the down ballot race for the one with Cenk and Christy Smith. Let's see if I can find it. Bernie Sanders won the California primary, finishing first. The biggest delegate prize in the Democratic presidential contest. That is true. Let's see here. It might be too early. Yeah, it's going to be, I really want to know if Cenk wins. I will tell you one person that's really going to be interested in that, and that's going to be actual justice warrior. Sean is so, he is so, what's the word I'm looking for? He's so invested in the whole TYT thing that he needs to know. So watch for actual justice warriors take on the race tomorrow. I really don't care about it too much. I don't think he's going to win. I think he's just a walking bad take, but we'll see what happens. And, maybe next time Katie Hill shouldn't, sleep with their subordinates. So maybe you'd still have a seat in Congress. Womp, womp, womp. Okay. Well, all results. Let me find this here. New York. What is happening? All results. Oh no. Oh, okay, good. Cool. So, wow, I guess I'll look at some more super chats real quick, and then maybe let's see here. Mike Schaff says, "What's the chief meteorologist tag about?" Good question. I think somebody was just making fun of me on Twitter and saying like, "Oh, well, you're senior political analyst at your own organization, so why don't you just say you're like a meteorologist or whatever?" And I was like, okay. Queerist says, "Hey buddy, just dropping by to say hi." Well, thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being great. You're awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Dominique Guerrero says, "Anyone floating Corn Pop for VP?" I don't think Corn Pop's alive anymore. It's sad, really. If you don't know the Corn Pop story, you got to look it up on YouTube. It's great. Chow Chat says, "Love your work from New Zealand. Wish we had a Trump." Yeah, you're president. You're prime minister, right? "The freedoms you guys enjoy are not international, and our healthcare sucks." Adam. Well, thank you, Adam. And Garrett Emmerich says, "Yang Gang 2024. Good luck with that. Mr. Barron, Biden called his wife his sister. Oh no. Oh man. See, this is why Trump is going to destroy Biden in a debate for real. You Feel Me Dog says, "Would you like to see Pence run for president in the future? Do you think he would have a chance?" I think Pence is a really smart guy, and he's a good-looking guy. Like, he looks presidential. He looks like the guy from Johnny Quest. But he I think that if the Republicans vote for Trump again, that he's going to, just his affiliation with Trump is going to be enough. Unless it could be a Pence Haley ticket or Haley Pence ticket. Who knows? He might be vice president again for 8 years. Who knows? Who knows how this works? Brendan Esty says, "Which Democratic candidate's ideas scare you the most for the future of America?" Maybe the Green New Deal. all that stuff because it's destroying like 1/4 of the economy just because. And then what about, you stop fracking, you stop digging for petroleum. Like, how do you think people make plastic from petroleum, So, and then you're getting rid of the healthcare industry, and there's like 2 million people that are part of the healthcare industry. And can things be fixed? Can things be improved? Absolutely. But and then of course the getting rid of all, like, just eliminating the student debt and the free college. There's so much stuff there. It's just so. But yeah, I think like the Green New Deal stuff's probably the most scary. Gold Willie says Massachusetts is a no malarkey zone. I know. Basilic says better senior political analyst than anyone at CNN. Well, thank you. Not sure about that, but political says Bernie only got 50% in Vermont, had 80% in 2016. Well, let's look at that. Let's look at Well, as far as these numbers go, I mean, to be fair, you also have more candidates this time around. By the time Super Tuesday came around in 2016, it was only Hillary and it was only Bernie. Now it's like you still have 6 people running for 5 people running for president, including Gabbard at her 0.8%. Okay, that doesn't count, but the fact that Warren didn't hit 15% threshold is very telling. So, when is the result of who the nominee is? That's going to happen in July. Just in for California, 27.9% for Bernie. Let's see. Let us see. It's not coming up here. Maybe in Washington Post. Kira says, am I saying this right? Tell me how to pronounce this. Queerist. Biden's wife equals sister. No wonder Ilhan endorsed him. Oh no. Good stuff. David Sutherland, hello. More than it's funny. More than 1,024. Oh, that's funny. Queerest of the queer. Is that right? Am I saying that right? I don't know if it's a plan words or whatever. I don't want to just say it wrong. All right, let's look at California here. It says that live results, California with less than 10% reporting. The Sanders says 26.5%. Oh my goodness. Okay. Guys. Oh my God. Look at this. This is huge. If this stays, look at this. I'm shocked right now. California. Sanders, 26.5%. Bloomberg, 19.7%. That's second place in California. How did that happen? This is all very early. And we're not going to see, this is not going to be solidified until tomorrow. But if that holds, that would be, if that holds, that would mean that Bloomberg could come out with like 60 or 70 delegates, maybe. That's wow. I was projecting Sanders to have around 200 delegates from California and then Biden to hit 100. I wasn't even factoring in, and there's 400 delegates. So if Biden and Bloomberg stay, because I was thinking that it was going to be Sanders takes it away, and then in a fairly distant second would be Biden, and then Warren. But if this holds and Warren doesn't get above 15%, that's bad. That's bad. But it's less than 10%. Who knows what's going to happen? Holy moly. That is huge. If that holds, that's big. That's if that 21. Whoa. Okay. I'm not going to be one of those people. But if that holds, right now it's at 21.1%. If that's huge. That will be the biggest story of the night. If he gets second place in California, that just shows that that Bloomberg has something. Remember that story from before where they're saying, oh, well, an aide says, we'll see. We'll see what they need to reassess. If they come in second place in California, then they're doing something right. He should not be coming in. That's crazy. He must have spent a lot of money. And Biden spent no money in California. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Mr. Barron says Pence with a good VP and Trump endorsement would probably do it for Republicans. Trump would probably, well, I mean, it depends who runs. If it's Haley, yeah, who knows? Trump might stay out of it too. Pence with a good VP and Trump endorsement would probably do it for the Republicans. The man is very well-mannered and presidential on his own. He's very presidential. I bet he'd also keep the MAGA doctrine going as well. So I agree. And then Casey Smith says, on a lighter note, what's your 5 favorite movies? I can tell you my top 3. It would be Amelie, not an American movie, and then Fight Club, and then Requiem for a Dream. Those are my 3 favorite movies. Unless I need to do some reassessing, because I really love Goodfellas too. Like, I watch it all the time. I even referenced Goodfellas a couple videos ago, which was actually pretty funny. I can't even remember what the reference was, but it was funny. This whole thing with California is blowing my mind, guys. It is blowing my mind. Is it blowing your mind? I mean, are you guys like, what do you think? Do you think that this will hold? Gold Willie says, I'm gonna bloom. Who is Haley? Who is Nikki Haley? Dawn asks. Well, Dawn, Nikki Haley was the the ambassador to the UN. She was also the governor of South Carolina, who was great. She's a very smart woman. She is of Indian descent, like not Haley, not that last name. What is her? She is the first Sikh American to serve as governor in the United States. So she's a Sikh. And that's, she's so smart. She's smart and very talented and big Trump supporter. And I still wish that she was in the government right now, but she's not. Anyway, you can't see that. All right, moving on. I'm just flabbergasted by this California thing. Let's see if it changed. Could you do a cooperation with Red Eagle? I don't know who Red Eagle is. I'm sorry. Kyoto Somo. I love that name, by the way. I'm going to check out your channel. Go to channel. Oh, no. Shoot. I will check out your channel later, I promise. Okay. It's still less than 10%. We're not going to know. We're not going to know. Okay, now it's like the stock market. You never know with these reports. So, but if that holds, that's big. And I've said that like 50 times, but wow. I'm kind of shocked. There Will Be Blood. It's not a great movie because I don't like those characters. And I know that's kind of the argument with like Goodfellas, because none of those characters have any redeeming value. It's just, but it's based on a true story, so it's kind of interesting to watch their terribleness. and if you watch Goodfellas, there's the point in the movie where Joe Pesci's character gets whacked. They say he's going to be made, but then he gets whacked. And that's the end of like the second act of the movie. And then the third act is when it's like the day in the life of, I'm like blanking on names, of Henry Hill's character. And he's like going to pick up his brother, and he's got to drop off the powder and all this stuff. And he's cooking, and he's like stir the thing. And I hate that part of the movie. Like it's well crafted, but I hate it because it's so stressful to watch all of that stuff going on. And of course you know, it's meant to be stressful in the movie. It's like my least favorite part of the movie, but it's great. But it's like when I watch Goodfellas, like I'll usually stop at the end of the second act, and then, you know, anyway. I love The Big Lebowski. Big Lebowski is a overrated movie. Thank you very much. It's an overrated movie. I'm sorry. I'm shocked that Waterworld didn't make your list. Thank you, David Sutherland. So Fox says Bernie won California. Yes, Bernie absolutely won California. There's no doubt in my mind. But what's important is whether it's going, like, who's going to come in second? Who's going to win the next biggest amount of delegates? And the fact that Bloomberg is at 12% reporting is beating Biden. And I did think that Warren was going to have a strong showing in California. Not like this. It's still early. It could flip, could change. Sanders will still win. But by how much, who knows? And it's not a blowout in California either. Mike Schaff says, well, LOL, to each his own. Ben says, I've legit not seen a Bloomberg ad. What's the big deal with them? It's just that they're inundated. There's just so many of them. Even during the debate, if you watched the debate on TV, there were like 2 Bloomberg ads during the last debate. It was crazy. And the live stream is still monetized. It's like for first time ever. So, M for monetization. Is it a pipe dream to hope that Nikki will replace Pence? It's a pipe dream, man. It's not going to happen. Trump would look so stupid replacing Pence. And there's no reason to do it. Pence is doing a great job. That's it. Pence is very loyal. He's doing everything he needs to do. He's a smart VP. There's no way they're getting rid of him. It's not going to happen. Baby Driver is... First 10 minutes of Baby Driver is great. I think it never gets better in the first 10 minutes, and that's a problem. Biden is winning Massachusetts. Yes, that's true. He's won Massachusetts. He's the projected winner. And is there anything else? Garrett Emmerich, again, are you concerned about Trump catching... No, I'm not. I am definitely not. I think everything's fine. Not even talking about that. I don't think anybody's catching anything. Okay, so to wrap things up, Gabbard won a delegate tonight. She came in second place in American Samoa. And so she might actually be on the debate stage, which is next. It's the 15th. What day is the 15th? Because I will definitely be covering that debate. And it's in it's a Sunday. Is it a Sunday debate? Are you kidding me? Who's gonna watch a debate on a Sunday? Well, let me look here. Yeah, March 15th. Go figure. It's going to be run by CNN and Univision in Phoenix, Arizona. So it's possible that with that one delegate and with the DNC rules that Gabbard will be invited, which would be great. And Tulsi is hot. I'm sorry. It's true. But she's smart. Hey, if there's, if I was a woman, I'd probably think that Pence was like an attractive guy. I think he's a very handsome guy. I'm not attracted to him. It's not my thing. But if I was a woman, I might go, yeah. Don't, put me alone in a room with him. He doesn't let women be in a room with him alone out of respect to his wife. I think that's kind of nice. It's kind of weird. Check out Cenk in. Okay, all right. I will look at it. John But Jack says check out Cenk in California 25. He's at 4%. And David Sutherland, hype. Thank you very much for this sticker. And let's see if that pulls up at all. Oh, good. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Doug LaMalfa. I featured him in one of my videos. And when I went to Washington, D.C. a few months ago, back in March or April, I can't remember. I went to his office, and unfortunately, when I went to Washington, it was during the congressional recess, so nobody was in town. But Doug LaMalfa's staff were there, and they were so nice. They showed me inside of his office where he just has all these models of NASCAR cars, and he just seems like it's such a cool guy, and I want to meet him. But Doug LaMalfa is great. He's for Northeast California, and he's in the top 2 primaries, so looks like he's probably going to win it. He's probably going to win. He's pretty popular up there. But next time I go to Washington, I'm going to go by his office again. His staff was super. They were just lovely people, and I featured him in my food stamp video. He's just a smart guy. I really like that dude. So Congressman LaMalfa, if you hear this or whatever, I want to meet you sometime. You're great, and your staff is great too. Just want to tell you that. So, and when I was in Washington, so all the buildings, all the congressional buildings are open to the public. You just have to go through a detector. I went to AOC's office, and nobody was there. But when I was out in front, I saw her chief of staff walk up to the door, and he went like this, I don't think he recognized me. I kind of feel like they know who I am, but I don't think he was expecting to see me there. But I went there, and I went to Ilhan Omar's office. I went in front of Devin Nunes's office and Adam Schiff's office. I went all around. It was really cool. But all these offices are open, including Doug LaMalfa's. They just, if you're in, they invite you to come in and speak to them if they're there. And Doug LaMalfa was not there, but his staff was there, and his staff was great. True story. All right, so that's California 25. Let's look. Okay, doesn't look like there's enough reporting. That's a shame. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with Cenk. And again, actual justice warrior will definitely be covering this. I promise you. Garrett Emmerich says, who's thicker? 1 for Pence, 2 for Tulsi. Cirrus98 says, good night. Here's some money for the next Wang video. We know who you want to make. I will not be doing any more Yang. Again, those videos don't make me any money, but thank you so much. And thank you all for, Mr. Barron, Pence kind of thick. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out and being awesome. And I really appreciate all the support that you guys have given me and making me, I still have 2,500 viewers. I think that's great. That's so cool. Thank you again for sticking around tonight. This is just really a lot of fun. And I really wish that this top 2 primary results were in. Let me see if I can find some results somewhere. I'll do it. Oh, maybe let's see here. See full results. County level. Oh, they have they have a bunch of, that's interesting. Let's see. Super Tuesday. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to find that, but, we'll talk about it some other time. Hunter says Tulsi definitely thick. I like Tulsi a lot. I do. I respect the fact that Tulsi is not triggered crazy person. I really do. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is interesting. So this is from early voting. It looks like, let me put the coffee down here. It looks like Buttigieg got a lot of votes. He got 11.9% of Buttigieg got 11.9% of the vote in California, which is not, which is not the 15% threshold. And also he's out. Well, he is out because he's Pete Buttigieg, but he's out of the race. But so far, with 13.7% of precincts reporting, Warren is doing worse than Pete Buttigieg. She's not even in a race anymore. And Bernie Sanders is projected to have 48 delegates so far. And you think he's probably going to end up getting 200 delegates. That's my feeling. And the Bloomberg doing better than Biden. That's just shocking. That is shocking. Trust me, that's going to be a big story tomorrow. Or, well, yeah, tomorrow, because it's not even midnight yet. But that's crazy stuff. I'm going to see if there's any more super chats, and I think I'll probably just wrap this up because, I want to keep you guys up, and I don't know how much more there is to say here. Just that California thing is going to be a big deal. Honestly, I don't know what to. Mr. Barron checks Trump Twitter. He's having fun. Oh, all right. Let's do that. Let's look at Trump's Twitter. Wow, do I follow the president? Yeah, no kidding. Okay. Oh, yes. I saw this. When in doubt, rip the crust off. Right? And then I think you dove in again. Ugh. Oh, yeah, he's, ew, come on. And he pinned it. He pinned this tweet. I love it. He pinned, Trump pinned that tweet. That's amazing. Oh, that's so gross. Donald Trump, but let's see. Base raters believe that most of the world, most of the time, doesn't change very quickly. Yet base rate thinking failed to predict. Okay. Okay, he's talking about Warren. Warren, other than Mini Mike, was the loser of the night. She didn't even come close to winning her home state. Well, she can just sit back with her husband and have a nice cold beer. Biggest loser of the night is Mini Mike. His political consultants took him for a ride. $700 million washed down the drain, and he got nothing for it but the nickname Mini Mike and the complete destruction of his reputation. Way to go, Mike. Well, I have to say that he did a lot better than I thought he was. I really do. And we'll see what happens when everything. Secret Service. Okay, so somebody was saying that so people rushed the stage, the Joe Biden thing. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. Huh. Yeah, I believe that Vice President Biden probably has Secret Service for the rest of his life. But wow, oof, that's scary. Oh, it says to answer the question, no, Biden does not have Secret Service protection. That's weird. I thought he did. I thought he was supposed to. Do former vice presidents like Joe Biden have Secret Service protection? The answer is no. Oh, that's weird. I thought he did. I know Obama does. Oh, that's odd. Excuse my wrongness there. That's crazy. I thought he did. Okay, well, so follow me on Twitter if you're not following me on Twitter already at Don't Walk Run. It's me and my daily snarkiness. And let me just check the super chat just in case I want to miss anybody. Oh, Casey Smith, who might win Florida in the primary and the general election? Trump wins the general election, and it's very possible that if Bloomberg reassesses, that Bloomberg will win Florida. But I will tell you this, it will not be Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders will definitely not win Florida in any scenario. Garrett Emmerich says, how much money would it take for Bloomberg to win? See, that's the thing. It doesn't matter. You can't buy an election. This all comes down to, so many factors, including charisma, which Bloomberg has none of. Clint Flippo says, hey, just tuned in. Any exciting happening yet? Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard won a delegate and might be in the next debate. Like, which old white dude is the new frontrunner of the party of diversity? Yeah, it's Sanders for now, but Biden is a close second. Biden had a good night. Honestly, love your content. Keep it up. Well, thank you very much, Clint. Like the name. And like the fact you gave me $20. So thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. So let's look at these Super Tuesday results and see if anything's more solidified here. Man, I'm just dumbfounded by Bloomberg doing better in California. I thought he would come in a distant fourth. This is surprising to me. And this is going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be a really big story tomorrow. If those numbers hold. If he comes in second in California, that's too much. So Warren, at this time, and things can change, she came in, you need to hit a 15% threshold to get any delegates. So Minnesota, Massachusetts, Colorado, and Utah, and Maine. So it's 5 states. 5 states out of 15. So not great. Not great for her. Bloomberg has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states, again, could change, but he has 6 states above 15%. So that would be Tennessee, Arkansas, Colorado, Utah, California, and Texas. Texas is big, and so is California. Just that alone, just him doing well in California and Texas alone is big. He should have been doing better with his $500 million if he was a better candidate. If Bloomberg was Trump, like a Trumpian type figure, spending $500 million, he'd probably do better because he probably would have done better at the debates. If Bloomberg didn't show up to debates at all, he might have actually done better. I think the debates definitely knocked him down a few pegs. He's just too much of an egomaniac. But that's big. Biden has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. I can count. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, he hit above 15% in every state. And the same with Sanders. It's impressive. I mean, good for him, I guess. He's a gaffe machine, and I love watching his gaffes. So, not going to complain about it. Fine, just let him do his thing. Plebeian says, get some sleep. Plenty of dew tomorrow. Poofy too. Thank you very much for. Why is this not refreshing here? There we go. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're good. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. Let me do one more thing real quick. 2020 calendar. Just want to see what's coming up. It would be no, not California. That's why. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so the next big one. See, so March 10th is Michigan, Missouri, Mississippi, and Washington. That's not huge. I probably won't do a live stream for that. March 17th is a big one because of Ohio. Ohio and Florida. Fine. Maybe I'll do one then. Fine. My next live stream will probably be on the 17th. It's only 4 states, but a lot will happen because you have the March 15th debate, and we'll see, and it won't be a long one like this. And since Ohio and Illinois and Florida are within a time zone of each other, that's not so bad. So good. So there we go. That's my schedule. I'm going to be doing a new one. So that's it. Thanks for hanging out, and you guys are great, and thanks for all the support. And R.A. Wheeler says, I might got here late, but I tuned in. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I don't know. Hopped on Nuance Bro live stream earlier, and he stated the left articulates their arguments better than the right. No, they don't. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I'm the best. That's true. I am the best senior political analyst on YouTube. And I still have some coffee left, which I'm not going to drink because I actually want to sleep tonight. But I appreciate all of you hanging out and making me stay around. And that's and here's my new computer, my 13-inch laptop that actually runs Premiere, believe it or not. But I think that's a wrap, guys. You guys are great. Thanks for all the support, and thanks for helping me get through the whole tough time with the copyright strikes. It was a very scary time for me because I didn't want to lose my channel. And just, thanks for helping me get to 286,000 subscribers, and thanks for making this a fun night, and thanks for sometime I will have somebody else come in and, have a, have like a co-host maybe eventually sometime. So just, yeah. Oh, do you think Warren is running to get the Biden VP position now? No, it's not going to happen. No. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks again for everything, and I will see you on on March 17th, I guess. And I'll definitely do a debate video. Hopefully, so it's a Sunday. Okay, I'm just gonna go. But thank you all. You guys are great, and I'll see you.